All right, here we are live yet again. It's been less than 24 hours. How are we doing out there, everyone? At the stage. There we go. There we go. Whoop. Oh, phone's going off. Let's see who it is. Hopefully it's a well wisher. Oh, 3 messages there. It's probably just notifications about the stream. Oh, yeah, all from email. Oops. Cool. I have here my brother-in-law's gnocchi bake. Probably going to be doing some eating on the pod because I know how much some of you people love ASMR, and just to prove that I'm not actually a robot. Here you go. Here's a bit of eating for you. Some eating sounds. Like a cooking show, isn't it? Or a cooking show. Okay. So I just thought I'd share a few quick updates about what's been happening. Today I went to do my usual morning walk and exercise, as I discussed last night in my last live video. I said roughly what my plans would be today. And it was interesting because I came out and they were doing work on the street. There was a power company doing work on the street. And it's weird because they've been doing it for days. And I've counted maybe like 7 or 8 employees. There were 3 trucks there. Traffic controllers had the street blocked off. And I was just on foot. So it didn't matter. Like it didn't change my trajectory or anything. Like I didn't have to walk around them or whatever. I just sort of had to swap footpaths. But all the road traffic, all the vehicle traffic was blocked off. And it's weird because they were doing that last week. And like, if you actually look at what they were doing, it's like, and it was a company, and I had a chat to one of the blokes. So like, are you a contractor or are you doing work? And they're like, yeah, we're contracted for SA Power. And it's like the first time I was like, okay, they seem to be like cutting down a tree branch or something. Then today, I'm like, why are you back? Why are you back today? Like, haven't you fixed it? Like, how many power workers does it take to clear some branches? Like, why didn't you finish it the first time? So, yeah, I gave them a call because I wanted to, because I'm technically a job seeker. So I just had to ask them if you were there, and especially because I'm an ex-crim. Just gotten out of jail. I wanted to ask them a few of their employment practices and their HR policies around employing ex-convicts and what type of crimes would exclude you from working for them. And it was good. It was very helpful because they had their phone number like right there, just on there. They advertised their phone number. They openly advertise it. And so I managed to, like, while I was there, I managed to make a phone call to their head office and just ask them straight up, like, what's your policy on the employment of people with criminal records? And like, it would kind of depend on what you did. And so I ran through some of the things that I did, some of the things that I was convicted for doing. And they went, ooh, there's a couple on there that were a little bit skeptical. There was a couple on there that might not get you, that might preclude you from employment with our company. And I'm like, okay, well, that's fair enough. Like, because, that's what criminal records are for. So you can do background checks on people. And it sort of like highlights the character. I'm pretty sure, don't quote me, but companies are allowed to exclude employment of individuals based on character grounds. So you can sort of say that, like, if you're a member of the Nazi Party, and it's widely known that you're a Nazi, and you've been engaged in, like underground Nazi Party terror activities to terrorize local populations of people of color, especially, Australian Aborigines, then that can preclude you. They're well within their rights to just say, like, no, we don't want to employ you because you're a fucking Nazi. We don't like Nazis. So I asked them that as well. So it's like, okay, well, what about okay, cool. So maybe that rules me out. But what about, like, do you do background checks of your current employees? And she was like, well, we kind of do. And I said, I don't need to know the details. I don't need to know the type of background checks that you're doing on your current employees. But just in general, like as just a generalized question, what would happen if you found out, like if one of your employees was convicted of murder? Like what if you found out that one of your employees had stabbed someone to death with a knife? And not just once, but twice. What about them? Would they get fired for that? You know, would they be able to go to jail and then come back when they got out of jail? Which they probably wouldn't. I mean, double murder, you're going away for like 35 to life, especially if it's like two separate incidences. So if it's not just like, you know, in one instance you killed two people, but you went out there intentionally with a knife with the intention to murder someone on the orders of someone else, and you had connections to the Nazi Party of Australia, like you had Nazi connections, like known Nazi affiliates, and then you went out with a knife and murdered one person and then went home, and then on a separate occasion went out again and murdered someone else with a knife, and you've got connections to the Nazi Party, you've got links to known terror organizations, would that preclude you? Like, would you get fired? Like, would you be able to go to jail and then come back from jail with those convictions and regain your employment with this company? And she said no. So that's fair enough. That's fair enough. I don't think that's discriminatory at all. I'm pretty sure it's not legally. Like if you have serious convictions like that, if you have serious convictions for murder, or murder's bad enough, I guess. It's pretty bad. You know, especially if you've got no connection to them, like if you don't know them personally, like if you're not motivated by money, or like if it's not, you caught someone like in bed with your wife, so you stabbed him to death in a frenzy, you know, because you were so passionate, like you were so upset that someone's sleeping with your wife that you stabbed them to death. But if it was sort of like premeditated, like, and you were doing it on orders, like someone who also has a connection to Nazis, you know, a lot of Nazis in Victoria, in Melbourne particularly. Shout out Collingwood football. Oh, no, I didn't say that. No, I retract that. I'm not implying in any way that anyone, you know, I'm not saying that they don't, like, but it is a known fact. Let me put it this way. Look, Collingwood's a big place. So, I mean, to say that a Nazi has never been in Collingwood, that's a bit of a stretch, you know, because Collingwood's been there for a while. And, you know, like Collingwood Football Club is pretty big as well. There's a lot of members. So, and how are you going to go around and background check everyone? And so it's pretty hard to say safely that like no one who is a fan of Collingwood Football Club, like no one who's a paid member of Collingwood Football Club, does not have a link to a member of the Nazi Party. It's a bit of a stretch to say that, because how would you know? Like Collingwood's a big place. Collingwood's a big club, especially Victoria. They've got a known Nazi problem. They're on the street marching. So I'm rambling a bit. I'm a bit off topic. So, but if you were if you worked for someone and you were a murderer and you were convicted of murdering two people on the orders, and you had connections to like Nazis, and you didn't know the people that you were murdering, it was just like someone said, "We've got a job for you. We want you to go to this place, this guy, and kill him. For you don't need to know the reason." That's like a next level. That's like a next level of crime. That's the next level of murder. Yeah, because if it's not a crime of passion, if you're not motivated by love or money, like even if you were robbing them, it's like, I found out he had a shit ton of cash. It's like the Snowtown bodies in the barrels. Like if I killed him, I could take his money. That's one thing. But if it's like on the orders of someone and you've got a connection to a Nazi organization and they've got a connection to a Nazi organization and you share that connection and you've done it twice, two separate occasions, that's pretty bad. like any employer can then say, like, no, you're just not traffic, whatever company it was. Like, you're just not something traffic control material. They can do that. Yeah. Anyway, bit of light conversation. So that was what happened. Like, that was the first thing this morning. I was just trying to get to the servo so I could get my daily energy drink. Yeah. So that was in the first 5 minutes of the day. Fun never stops. Yeah. That's what I made it 20 meters. That's all that happened. I had 20 meters down the street. Well, I started thinking of these things. And had a shower, had some breakfast, and then left the house. And then I'm confronted, like, wow. Look, there was a murderer, like right here. Yeah. So the action never stops. And this is in Victor Harbor, South Australia. So it's pretty sleepy. Like, not much happens here after 7 p.m., when the sun goes down, especially in winter. Summertime, it's a bit different. You can go to the beach and stuff. But in winter, things tend to quiet down at nighttime, Yeah. It's got that dead silent kind of vibe to it, you know what I mean? Bit of ASMR. Here's some eating sounds for you, boys. This is good. This is gnocchi bake. The other thing I was thinking was, like, if you were a murderer, why would you hang around on the street? Because we're not that far away from a police station here. See, if I'd killed 2 people, assassinated them, I would be hanging around. I'd be on the ground. I wouldn't be making videos, that's for sure. I'd be hiding, trying to keep my face down. Yeah, but that's me, People say I'm crazy. They're fucking good. All right. Oh, hell are we going? We've been going for 12 minutes. I haven't even started talking about what I wanted to talk about, which is Ford Motor Company. So Ford are well known around the world as a manufacturer of motor vehicles, with good reason. They've been making good cars for a very long time. Henry Ford is famed for his production line process. He's almost single-handedly credited with the invention of mass production. With his revolutionary system of, instead of one guy building one car, you have like a process. So one team assemble this, goes on, next team assembles this, and then your parts, you don't have to make all your own parts. Your parts sort of come from other places. So instead of, if you're a company and you want to build a car, you don't have to necessarily build your own steering wheels. You can get another company to do it. You can contract that out. Hopefully this is all live. Let's have a look. I'm just going to do a quick check, make sure that we're actually live. According to YouTube, we are. Let's triple check because I don't want to waste all of this gold. The internet's struggling a little bit. That's all right. Nick Tapscott. Let's have a look. No? Okay. Ford Motor Company. Yeah, there we are. I can see it there. Live. New. Yep, scratching my... Cool. Oh, great. Do I have any viewers? One watching now. Okay, that's probably just me. All right. Mic's still on. That's good. Mic check. Mic check. See what you're eating sounds. All right. I'll shut that down. But I've been thinking a lot about Ford lately because I found out, and this is not to fault them, but I found out that, I figured out that, yesterday when I was speaking about war with China, that I flagged that Raytheon might have an investment in a big hot war between two superpowers, because their defense systems, their fighter jets, their fighter jet parts, their missile defense systems, their Patriot missile batteries, their energy weapons, their Havana syndrome, so like the area denial microwave weapons. If there was a hot war, all of those weapons would be in huge demand, especially the missiles, because like if you've got one nation producing drones and then flinging them at a city, you need like a drone system, and there's no better air defense system than the Patriot. This is very expensive, that's all. And so that kind of got me to thinking, well, who else makes weapons in America? Because you remember Rosie the Riveter, like the chick with she's like doing the thing with her arm. Oh, there's my guns, by the way. Doing the thing with her arm, trying to get the gals in the fight while the blokes were off. The Marines were off getting shot in the face on the beaches. I shouldn't laugh. Getting shot in the face in the beaches of Iwo Jima. The women were at home building the ships, building the airplanes. And you know, like in wartime, what company is better positioned to produce like fighter jets and things like that, fighter planes, than a motor company? Because like Rolls-Royce built Merlin engines, like for the Spitfires for England, that won the Battle of Britain. So in the United States, you had the P-57 Mustang, and Ford still have Mustangs on the road now. And so they did, like at the peak of the war, they were producing like an inordinate amount of vehicles and weaponry for the war effort. But this is kind of what. So I googled it today. I just did a little bit of a Google. So I'm going to share my screen, and this is just a cursory glance. So let's have a look here. Okay, here we go. And this is what I found. So look, I didn't need to dig very deep. This isn't like Deep Throat didn't give me this information, So I'll show you. It's just Wikipedia. That's it is, like Wikipedia. For top result, Ford Motor Company, also known as Ford, or commonly known as Ford, from Michigan. Here's their history. It's Wikipedia. Like, many Bobbins did not die to give me this information. Like, it's just right there. So I googled it, and so history. We've got 20th century, great. We talk about the founder Henry Ford, 1919. Henry Ford Company was Henry Ford's first attempt. All right, so 1901 he starts out, became Cadillac, great. So he's already pretty successful. Goes on to found Ford, and then what does he do? He's like, oh, let's take this baby international. It's the American way. There are open borders, there are free trade. I'm all for that. And he was in an ironic twist. See, and I tweeted this. I put this on X. So it's like, look, it's good to see that Ford aren't partisan, because you think that like a major manufacturer, like a capitalist like Ford, that would kind of be on the opposite side, the opposite end of the spectrum as communism, because communism puts some power back in the workers' hands. But Ford is like capitalist as they come. So you've got the workers like don't have any rights. I don't think they were unionized back then. And then all the profits go to the owners. But that didn't stop them from being industrious enough in 1929 to be contracted by the government of the Soviet Union to set up the Gorky automobile plant in Russia, producing Ford Model A's and AA's, thereby playing an important role in the industrialization of that country and consequently the Soviet war effort during World War II. Okay, cool. So who are the Soviets fighting in World War II? The Nazis. Fair enough, right? Good. Fuck Nazis. Fuck the fucking Nazis, right? Yeah. I'm going to let that sink in because it's important. It's going to come up again in a minute. Everyone hates Nazis. Americans hate Nazis. That's the main enemy, the main bad guy. They stormed Omaha Beach to beat Nazis, like fucking Nazis. How many Americans died to take down the Nazis? Not interesting little echo there between the principles of mass production employed by Ford Motor Company and the principles of mass production that were employed by the Nazi Party. And I am in no way implying that Ford had anything to do with the Holocaust, but it was that kind of like corporate thinking. It's like, how do we mass produce murder that sort of like helped aid the Nazis' plan with their final solution to wipe out the Jews. Anyway, that's off topic. Again, I'm not implying at all that Ford Motor Company had anything to do with the murder of 6 million Jews in the POW camps, in the concentration camps. But according to Wikipedia, while they did help the Soviet Union, and they did such a good job in the Soviet Union to help the Soviets win World War II, that in 1944, Stalin wrote a letter to the US Chamber of Commerce stating that Henry Ford was one of the world's greatest industrialists. Okay, cool. So there's nothing wrong with that. He is. He's doing his job, helped beat the Nazis. Great. But of course, during World War II, he also helped his home country, the United States. So the United States Department of War picked Ford to mass produce the consolidated B-24 Liberator bomber as Willow Run assembly plant. But this is where it gets interesting. So they're building these fighter planes for the Americans and the bombers. And they, I swear I've read somewhere that they built a lot more. They were building like a fighter plane a day. Maybe don't quote me on that. This is what I heard. This is speculative, maybe. By the end of the war, to help fight the Japs. So they're building. They're contracted by the Soviets. They're contracted by the Americans. So they're making weapons for both nations to help beat the Nazis. But what's this here? Ford Workair and Ford SAF. So that's Ford Germany and Ford France. Ford's subsidiaries in Germany and France, respectively, produced military vehicles and other equipment for Nazi Germany's war effort. Some of Ford's operations in Germany at the time were run using forced labor. Okay. It's right there. It's on Wikipedia. Yeah. So, no, it's good because they're not partisan. They didn't really, they're like, look, hey, politics should not have anything to do with progress. Nazis, commies, who's got time to pick? Why not? They should all just have the cars and the fighter planes and the bombers and the, factories. Yeah. So anyway, they're from Detroit, Michigan. All right. Doing scientific research as well. Scientific laboratory in Dearborn, Michigan. I can't remember how many black people worked at Ford. Like maybe they've got a, some kind of OH&S policy they've got about the amount of black people they can employ. I'm not implying that they use forced labor in America. Because obviously slavery is finished in America. Yeah. Okay, well, it's a bit dark. All right. Yeah. So I don't know. I don't know if they've got an investment in World War III either. Maybe we could try Googling that. So let's have a look. We'll just make sure. Oh, I'm not even sharing the fucking screen. Here we go. Whoops. Okay, just everything I just said. I'll read it out so you can see it's right here. Here we go. 1929, Ford was contracted by the government of the Soviet Union to set up the Gorky automobile plant in Russia, initially producing Ford Model A's and Double A's, thereby playing an important role in the industrialization of that country and consequently the Soviet war effort during World War II. To that end, in 1944, Stalin wrote a letter to the US Fuck. I always do that. Stalin wrote a letter to the U.S. Chamber of Commerce stating that Henry Ford was one of the world's greatest industrialists. Okay, cool. Pat on the back, Henry. During World War II, the United States Department of War picked Ford to mass produce the consolidated B-24 Liberator bomber at its Willow Run assembly plant. While Ford Worker and Ford SAF, Ford's subsidiaries in Germany and France, respectively, produced military vehicles and other equipment for Nazi Germany's war effort. Some of Ford's operations in Germany at the time were run using forced labor. The creation of Scientific Laboratory in Dearborn, Michigan in 1951, doing unfettered basic research, led to Ford's involvement in superconductivity research. In 1964, Ford Research Labs made a key breakthrough with the invention of the superconducting quantum interference device, or SQUID. What the fuck is that? Oh, we've got Squid Games now. I don't know if there's any kind of like, if that's a coincidence or not. I don't know. Let's look. What the fuck is a SQUID? Superconducting quantum interference device. Very sensitive magnetometer used to measure extremely weak magnetic fields based on superconducting loops containing Josephson junctions. Hectic. When was that? 60s. What is it now? 2025? 1964. So that's the type of technology they had then. Someone do the maths for them. That's like over 50 years ago. Imagine what they've got now. You know, and we're strapping like all our cars have electronics in them. This has electronics. I'm on a microphone. Obviously, the computer. You know, yeah, everything's got electronics. It's remote control. What doesn't? So I don't know. I don't know if they'd be able to use that for some kind of like. I don't know if they'd be able to use that to their advantage somehow. Like, we've all got phones. Like, you know, how many microchips are in a phone these days? I'm gonna plug this one in actually. Let's see if this. Maybe I can't. Oh, no, hang on. Oops. Yep, here we go. Oh, still alive. Great. Still live. Still alive. That should be the headline for the channel, I guess. Still alive. It's still alive. Always live. Always alive. Mr. Tapscott coming at you. And I spelled my name correctly today. So I think that's an improvement already. That's an back when I used to work in Optus, we'd call that an optimization. And I'd say that's a day of work done. I've made optimizations to my channel. I spelled my name correctly. And then I'd charge them like $5.50 a day for something. To get rid. Pretty good. Good days. Good times. I just realized I haven't done something today. Where are my banners? Here they are. Yeah. Oh, okay. Go use widgets. It's not a YouTube live stream unless you've got fancy effects. Here we go. Here's another one. Ready? Yes. If that doesn't get you over the line, nothing will. If you're on the fence, channel will fall, and you see that, and that doesn't make you immediately subscribe. Immediately. Nothing will. Well, breaking. Okay, it's not really breaking news, although I do have some breaking news. Today I went to visit, because like I said, I'm a job hunter. So I went past the Victor Harbor City Council chambers. I popped in there. There's actually it's a good library, good quality construction. Like the library's nice, it's new. You know, there's a cafe in there, there's a coffee shop. The coffee shop was packed with people drinking coffee. And I know if you're a fan of a dog shit fan and you use like bullshit military jargon, a coffee means like they've realized something. So it's like, oh, I went and had a coffee means I figured I realized something. And it's sort of like, everyone knows what fucking coffee means, dickhead. Like, why don't you just say I realized something? But anyway, a lot of people there were realizing things and also drinking coffee. Or they had realized something and then they went there to drink coffee. Anyway, I went past the council chamber. And I pushed out. I was standing out the front there. I had my phones with me. because I carry a number of phones these days, just in case, like, because I'm a bit paranoid. You don't want to get stuck without your phone, So I carry 3 phones. At any one time, I always carry 3 phones. If I'm out and about. And when I'm at home, I've got 3 phones. I've always got 3 phones in the room. And it's just in case one of them goes down, I've got a backup. And then if that one goes down, I've got another backup. I got a backup to a backup. So you've heard of 2-step verification or 2-factor verification. So you're trying to log in. If you've forgotten your password, they'll send you a backup. Or like you log in, and even if you can remember your password, ringing him up right here there. Okay, that's right. We'll fix it. If you fix your so like even if you remember your password, you log in and say, we're going to send you a text message, and then you have to like put the code in from the text message. That's 2-factor authentication. So just in case they bring out 3-factor authentication, so you have to do like 3 different things. I'll have the phones ready, So I went past the council chamber, and I hung around out the front because I'm a job seeker. I'm a job seeker payment. So I saw the police drive past while I was doing it, or just before I went in there. But that's neither here nor there. My troubles with the law are over because I've been released, so it's fine. So I went in there, and I was lingering out the front with my 2 phones or 3 phones. I was trying to see if there was any free Wi-Fi coming from that council chamber. Heaps of Wi-Fi, heaps of Bluetooth devices, but no, there was no free Wi-Fi. There was free Wi-Fi in the library, but I'm already connected to that earlier in the week. And then, but I was looking for the free Wi-Fi at the council. I was thinking about going in and just saying, like, look, how do I get a job working for the council? So I'm a job seeker. And that's the type of proactive guy I am. Like, I like to chase up the opportunities, And so I was standing at the front, and I was trying to find either a Bluetooth device I could connect to on the one phone, and on the other phone, I was trying to find the Wi-Fi. And then I swapped them over. So on the first phone, which I've called MSS PLA, 3PLA, for no reason, I was looking for the Wi-Fi. And on the second phone, which I've labeled Mossad counter e-warfare device, I was looking for my lawyers are fucking shitting their pants right now. Oh, but that's okay. No. Green light. No, they're pushing me forward. Okay. I've labeled Mossad counter e-warfare device. I was looking for the Bluetooth. And then I swapped them over. So I started looking for the Bluetooth on the MSS 3PLA device. And I started looking for the Wi-Fi on the Mossad counter e-warfare device. And, took a couple of minutes. And then I kind of decided against like just going in person. And I went about my business after I lingered there for maybe like 5 minutes. Yeah. I'm not sure if they saw me there because I was like right there, right there in front of them. I don't even know if they know who I am. Like, why would they know who I am? So, I went to go down to Kent Reserve, which is a local reserve in Victor Harbour. I was just doing my chin ups. I showed you the guns. See, we come along with the guns. I think I need to start working on my gun. This is what we call it in the business, the ex-con business. That's a tactical gunt. So, like, if anyone tries to stab me or shoot me, right, there's a layer there. A flab that'll stop a knife or a bullet. Tactical. It's my tactical gunt. Gavin McInnes might be interested in one of those. He's a fan of. He's got a gun. He rocks the gun, so he can start calling it a tactical gun if he wants. That's up to him. And he can say the same thing. It's like, it's not from drinking too much. It's tactical. Self-defense, motherfucker. So I went to Kent Reserve and I was working on went to do my chin-ups, but it was a bit busy. So I kept walking. While I was walking along, I noticed a real estate sign for Harris Real Estate in Victor Harbour, local real estate agent. Just gave him a call. I pulled out I didn't want to use my phone because I've got some monthly credit minutes left over on the phone I was labeled Mossad for no reason. So I called them on that phone. I just had a chat like, I see you sold it, but are there more properties like this in the area? And he's like, well, yeah, I mean, sure. I mean, what's your price range? And I was like, I don't care as long as it doesn't have a dog shit fan in it. And he's like, what? It's brand new. They're only brand new. And I'm like, ah. So it sounds like it might have a little bit of a dog shit fan in it. And he's like, no, dog shit fan. What are you talking about? Like, okay, well, I'll come and see you anyway. I'll come up to your office and I'll pop in and I'll just check out what properties you've got. So I gave him a call. That was on the Mossad phone. Scratching underneath my hat there. We will do Q&A. For the moment, though, this is breaking news. Let's do a quick crowd check. Wow, 73 people on the line already. That's pretty good. Okay. Mr. Tapscott coming at you live. So we're already building an audience. We've already grown on the numbers from yesterday. That's cool. Ooh, spooky numbers, 36:11. Half an hour. And I haven't even gotten like 20 minutes into my day yet. Fuck. I was so busy these days, aren't we? We pack it in. Yeah. Just being alive. Like, you remember, all I wanted to do, go to the servo, get a can of kamikaze energy drink, walk to the park, do some chin-ups. That's it. That was all I planned to do. And maybe like, because I'm looking for a job, obviously. But that was the plan. That's all it is. And it took like that long. It's like, fucking hell. Like, you can't go 2 minutes. You can't go 2 fucking minutes without something distracting you, especially like when you've got 3 phones, 3 phones on you. It's so easy to get distracted. So one phone is a distraction. Imagine how you distracted you'd be with 3 phones. Yeah, and so anyway, the other, and for some, like I'm walking along, and after I called old mate from Harris, shout out to Harris Real Estate in Victor Harbour. Well done. They do great work. Great properties there. Very polite phone manner. It was great. Yeah, I was genuinely impressed. I had it in my head. It's like Ford. Yeah, I started thinking about what I just spoke about before because I was planning the next video post. Okay, well, I spoke about China yesterday. What am I going to speak about next? It's got to be probably Ford. Because of that thing that I found. It's like, wait, how many fighters were they making a day? 1 a day. That's a lot. That's a lot. There's a lot of government money. And especially if they're like making war machines for all for the Soviets and the fucking Americans and the fucking Nazis. Cha-ching, right? Hey, why do they hate Japanese cars in America so much? Yeah, I mean, were American motor companies making any Japanese war machines? I don't know. Probably not. I don't think so. No. Pretty sure it was on Homegrown Japan. Yes, shout out to Toyota. They do good work. Anyway, I had it in my head, like the Ford Motor Company thing. And it's like, do you remember that classic gag from it's like an Aussie thing. It's like Fords versus Holdens. Do you remember that? And I saw some good old boys that were sitting there. They're tradies, you know. And I just thought, hey, fellas, what are we? What are we here? We're Fords or we're Holdens? What are we? And they're like, oh, Holden. Like, I don't know, mate. I don't know about that. He's like, what do you mean? I'm like, I reckon you're a Ford. I reckon you're 100% Ford bloke. He's like, why? Why? Because they're good cars. Like, I don't know. I just get a Ford vibe from you. Yeah. So, you know, pretty friendly. There was another bloke who was like powering along like I was, you know, he had a big beard. Like arm sleeve taps and stuff. Bit of a look on his face, like, you know, that's the type of look that I have sometimes. I've got like angry resting face. He had a bit of that. So I asked him, I was like, hey mate, like, you know, Fords or Holdens? And he's like, what? I'm like, Fords or Holdens? And he's like, oh, Fords. I'm like, yeah, I knew it. I knew you'd be into Fords. Just something about you. Something about you said. Just had a vibe that you'd be a Ford guy. Yeah. Anyway, I haven't finished my gnocchi yet. I think my little sister's on. Okay. Let's see if she busts into the room. Getting a bit thirsty. One moment, please. Yeah. Oops. Can't. I can never tell if I've got if the headphones are around the right way. I think it's like the combination of hat and headphones. Anyway, shout out to you can see that there, Waterfords, light and fruity mineral water with like a bit of a splash of fruit flavoring in there, like mostly sugar free, no added sugar, low joule. They're good. Yeah, I recommend it. Yes, I would love a sponsorship from Waterfords. Anyone? Is my mic still on? Is that? Can everyone hear that? Yeah. Okay. Cool. So I kept walking because I wanted to get to a rental property. There's one down near. It's also from Harris Real Estate. Because I wanted to see if that was still available to rent. Franklin Parade, and I walked past the construction site there. There was a big. They're building a seawall there. I'm pretty sure it was the local council that approved that. I walked past that. Plenty of tradies there. They all look like Holden blokes though. Not too many Ford blokes left in there. Mostly Holdens. So I didn't ask them because I don't need to. I probably wouldn't. Like if you didn't really look like a Ford bloke, I probably wouldn't talk to you. Because I just need to, like, I already know where you stand, and that's good. If you're into a Holden, like, good. I don't need to say anything. We're done. You can just go about your business. But if you look like you're into Fords, then I'm, could have a stop and a chat. Just get your perspective on things. See you straight away. Anyway, I kept walking, and I get to the rental property, and I call Mandy again on the Mossad phone because I've got the credit left over there. So I call her, and she didn't answer. That's okay. I left her a voice message. So it's fine. I just wanted it because it seems to have been on the market there for a little while. Because when I first got back to South Australia, I looked at it, and the price was a bit higher, but the sign was still up, and it still looked like it was for rent. So it's like, well, maybe you'd be prepared to come down in price. I don't know. I'm not a real estate agent. I don't know how it works. So I just gave her a call on the Mossad phone to see if she could come to see if she could do it a bit cheaper. I don't know. Yeah. And I noticed as well, like when I made both of these calls, there was one of these big looming mobile towers. Like, I don't know. I don't know if I'm going crazy or not, but the last time I was in Victor was just a couple of years ago. And I didn't notice any of them. And now I'm back. It's only a couple of years later. There seems to be like 5 or 6 of them. 5 or 6 have just popped up in places that, I haven't noticed before. So was that there before? I can't remember. But I'm noticing them now. And before I didn't notice them. So it's just like, well, that kind of says that they weren't there before and now they are there now. So I don't know what the rush is. Why do they need to build that many that quickly in Victor Harbour, South Australia? So yeah, I noticed when I made both of these calls, I was like, wow. So this call from the Mossad phone to Harris in Victor Harbour must be bouncing off that tower. So I don't know if that's relevant to anyone for any reason. Yeah. Anyway, so I didn't get through. And then I looked around. I was like, well, I better walk back because I hadn't actually done my chin-ups yet. So I go back to the park, and we now have 85 people on the line. Cool. I get back to the park. I'm heading back to the park. And who drives past? Victor Harbour City Council. And it's like, that's weird. What a coincidence, because I was just in there. And now they're driving past. After I called Harris Real Estate as well. So I don't know if there's any connection between the two. I mean, Victor's a small city. So there's a fair chance they'd know each other, or at least they'd know someone who knows someone. So 6 degrees of separation, they reckon, anecdotally worldwide. In town like Victor Harbour, what would it 2? It's like someone's kid goes to the school with someone else's kid. You know what I mean? Like they have to know each other. There has to be a connection between Harris Real Estate and Victor Harbour City Council. There's no way that they don't know each other. They have to interact at some point. Like even if it's just like they pay their rates, like that counts as an interaction. Like that's a clear association. So even if you just work at Harris Real Estate and then you pay council rates. That's a clear, with a paper trail, association between those two organizations. You can demonstrate. It's like, so they can't say like, well, I don't know them. So, but you do. Who's been paying your rates? You've been like, we've got your name on a credit card. We've got the credit card with your name on it paying money to city council. So we've got your credit card, Victor City Council, connected. They're linked. You know them. You can't argue that you don't know them. Anyway, the council just drove past me. I'm like, wow, that's weird. Because I was down at like a back street as well. I was just there. What are the odds? And so that got me thinking. It's like, well, I'm looking for a job. And, you know, council, obviously, you know, they're a major employer down here. They've always got, like, there's a fair amount of money coming in. Rates are going up. They employ a lot of people. So, you know, and good, stable government work, that's what you want, you know, because those contracts, like, they keep getting those big contracts. Good, solid paycheck, you know what I mean? And it's all about the working man. So I gave them a call. And I said, like, I've got a feeling that, like, there's probably going to be a lot of job vacancies are about to open up there at Victor Harbour City Council. That's what I heard. I can't remember if I heard it or it's just a vibe I got or what. But after my little visit, I reckon there's going to be some job vacancies here pretty soon. And so I asked her, it's like, what's the HR process? Like, do I, you know, I just want to get it. I'm proactive. What's your HR process? Spoke to a lovely lady called Jenny. And she gave me like some, yeah, so I got put through. So I called on my Mossad phone again because I wanted to use the credit. And I asked them, I said, like, okay, what's the deal with HR process? I spoke to the receptionist and then I got put through to Jenny. They tried to put me through to HR. HR didn't answer. And then I got put through to customer service. And Jenny answered. And I just asked her, it's like, so what's the deal? Do I just send in like a resume, like just one general resume? Or do I need to apply each individual role that you advertise? Because I heard that there's probably going to be some job vacancies there pretty soon. And she was like, oh, well, just, yeah, you have to apply for each one. And I was like, well, look, Jenny, I want to single you out because you personally have been very helpful. And I think a lot of people are like maybe going to be looking to move on from Victor Harbour City Council. Was just a feeling I've got. So that's why I said to Jenny, it's like, well, you know, well, that's not why. That's why I called, because I heard that there was going to be a lot of job vacancies at Victor City Council after my visit. And so that's why I called to ask about jobs, because I'm looking for a job. I'm unemployed. And then when I spoke to Jenny, and she was very helpful on the phone, yeah, I said, well, like, I want to single you out personally for being extremely helpful on the phone, because I heard there are going to be a lot of job vacancies, especially like because if you can draw a connection between me being at the council and then the council driving past, that's a pretty good sign, because that would mean that they know who I am, you know. And so it's like, okay, here's a face we recognize. So that's like a step up, you know what I mean? Like, I don't have to go through all the bullshit of like, I don't have to cold call them, you know, like I did at Clemenger BBDO Melbourne, where I used to work with James McGrath. I don't have to cold call them. Like, they've already got that little bit of familiarity. Like, it's so, you know, got that foot in my door. They've got my foot in the door, you know. I've got my foot in my mouth. Yeah. So I just wanted to single Jenny out. Say, yes, you personally, Jenny. You personally. If you're part of the organization, like, I mean, like, everyone in the organization gets a shout out, but you personally, Jenny, I want to single you out specifically to say thank you for your exceptional customer service while working at Victor Harbour City Council. I don't know if I didn't ask her if she was a Ford person or a Holton person, because it was a professional call. So I didn't want to come across as being unprofessional, you know, because it's the council. Anyway, so then I went and did my chin-ups, and that was good. Yeah, it was good. Just went and did my chin-ups. Yeah, came back. That was it. Yeah, nothing really to report aside from that, you know. So yeah, like a bit of an action-packed morning, I guess. Okay. just going to take a short musical interlude while I take a leak. I'm going to try something different. Here we go. Okay, stop screen. Image file, video file, slides. Okay, all right. Share screen. Okay. So I may as well make some content out of me learning how to use the content. So here we go. Got this. Yesterday I spoke about the spooky rock. And why it had some significance to me personally. Is because it's a track by reminded me of a track by oldest. Internet seems to be a bit slow. I wonder why that is. Okay, that's right. There we go. Share screen. Aldous Harding's Eyes. Share. And now I've got to go like this. Add to stage. There we go. Okay, great. See, I was doing this half screen thing. It's like there's not enough data coming through, but that's right. Okay, cool. No. That's frustrating. Why isn't that working? Oh, okay. No, that's live. That should be working. It should be working like that. Well, that's frustrating. I gotta say. Well, I'm gonna let it play out anyway, and everyone can just use their imagination, or maybe I'll just do this. Just do it the old-fashioned way. Thrilling viewing. It's probably just a bug or something. I don't know. We'll figure it out. Mm-hmm. Such a everything's so awkward on technology these days. Why? Here we go. Cried all the way through. Ask for me, shall we see? The drain to where the mother shell meets the sea. I drove my inner child to a show. We talked all the way home, and the nectar. Ask for me, shall we see? The tactical gunt. The mighty gunt of a warrior, that's right. Yeah. fade that out. So it's not bad with a little bit of like music in the background, is it? Set that up for next time, I think. Oh, I can do it now. Let's see. All right. Show of hands. Who wants a bit of music in the background? All 118. All right. It's just going to be like manual, like one of these. That's content. Just eat the damn orange. That's what this is like. It's like man connects Bluetooth speaker. Groundbreaking. Yeah, I'll answer that one. 1 second. Here we go. I can't do anything before I do this. Q&A. That's the JBL. JBL is a trustworthy brand, everyone. Couldn't connect. Okay, that's right. That's my fault. It's not the technology. Okay, connected. Yep.
Wash it out first before you throw it in the recycling bin.
I did.
No, it's not fucking washed out, mate.
Do you want to jump on camera?
Huh?
Do you want to jump on camera?
You're an idiot.
Anyway, the joys of living at my sister's place. Yeah. There you go, a bit of background music. Beauty. Yes, that is what my life is like, by the way. I don't know if this is all for everyone. Disgusting. The Q&A thing's still flashing. All right. How's that sound-wise? Yeah, beauty. Beauty. There we go. There we go. Oh, how's that? It's getting it just right. That's the challenging part. There you go. All right, we're still live. All right, hang on. Can't answer any questions until I do this. All right. Okay, the number one question. Who was that? That's my brother-in-law. He's probably listening right now, so I'm not going to talk too much about it. But they've been very generous in letting me stay in their place, and it's I've done what I can to set up a little studio here, and it's maybe a little unfamiliar to some people, but that's all right. Unfamiliarity, give someone a bit of a speed bubble sometimes, but that's okay. That's all right. Yeah. What else we got? No. The question was, am I going to kill him? No. No. For some reason, I signed myself up for stuff like this, but, this is what jail was like. It's like, I was asking myself constantly. It's like, okay, so your plan is to the people who are my team. It's like, so your plan is to, instead of running away from the people who want to kill me, to lock myself in a room with them. Is that's the plan? It's like, yep. Okay, great. Because this is basically jail. It's like, don't do a thing. It's like, don't just sit there. It's like, okay, I'll do something. It's like, don't do something. So, which one is it? Like, which one do you want? And so I think that's kind of like, because I sat in the room yesterday and they're like, oh, because I was broadcasting last night. That's what it was. So I'm like, okay, well, I don't want to do it at night time. I have to keep my voice down. So during the day, I broadcast during the day instead. And then, you're doing your stuff. Noise doesn't matter that much. I can talk freely. I can talk a bit louder. But then, he's like put a sign on the door that says like, don't stay in the room. Basically, I think that's what the implication was. And I'm kind of like, well, I'm gonna because I need to broadcast. I need a job hunt. Like, you working on the computer? It's like, well, I work on computers. That's what I do. Yeah. So that's it. But that's okay. No, I'm not going to kill him. No. Next question. The question was, am I death incarnate? Go to the big board. Let's go to the let me consult my team. What's the official line? Am I death incarnate? Short answer, yes. Long answer, no, with a but. It's a complicated answer. That's a very metaphysical question to ask me via a live chat. Because in a sense, I am death, but I'm also life. So, you know what I mean? Like, yeah. So it's like creation and destruction. Like, it's all part of the cycle. Sunrise, sunset. I'm sunset, sure, but I'm sunrise too. So, I guess. No, I mean, well, depend. Like, the question was, should we be afraid of you? Well, it depends. It depends on you. Are you a fentanyl dealer? No. Okay, then probably not. Just like it. If you're afraid of a cop, you should probably be afraid of me. That's the easiest way to explain it. If you're afraid of the police, you should be afraid of me. So if you're doing anything that you know, and you should know, you probably should know. Like, even psychopaths know that they're doing something that's wrong. They know that they're doing something that's illegal. Even if they don't think it's wrong, they'll know that other people think it's wrong. It's like, this, like, I need to bury this. I need to pretend I didn't kill this person. I'm familiar with that. Like, even a psychopath will do that. So I know that society generally frowns upon murders. So I'm going to hide this body. I'm not going to just do it in public. And some of them do, I guess, but that's different. You know what I mean? Yeah. Yeah. So you should know. You should know if you should be afraid of me. Look, if you're a secret murderer, if you've committed murders, and I don't think you have, okay, so no, you shouldn't be afraid of me. Like, just the average punter on the street, no, like, go about your business. Just don't be an asshole. Don't be the bad guy from Scooby-Doo, and you won't have a problem. If you're the bad guy from Scooby-Doo, yeah. You should probably be afraid. Yeah. All right. Does that answer your question, sir? Yes. Oh, you want to see the map magic trick? Let's do that a bit later, just because I was struggling a little bit with the screen sharing, and it's like I need to put my phone up to the camera, and it's not very good content. But I will do one of those a bit later. I'm going to say Ontario, Canada. Okay, correct. The question was, where am I from then? And I said Ontario, and apparently, according to them, that's correct. So that's cool. Yeah. The question was, can I find anyone anywhere? Yes. Yes, I can. Yep. Living or dead? Whoa. Team says yes. But I mean, how many people are dead? Like, how many? It's a lot of billion people. Like, it'd just be like, oh, there, because there. Like, that many people. There's going to be dead people fucking everywhere. Very spooky themes today. Everyone wants to talk about death. What else we got? Would you shave your beard for money? Probably. For money, yeah, I'm broke. I need money. Yeah, how much money? We're talking $500. Yeah, I'll do it for $500. You have to pay me first, though. All right. If you send me an email, if you go to tapscontent.com, you'll find all my contact details. They're all there. Shoot me a message. I'll share my bank details. And if $250 goes into my account, I'll shave my beard off. And then if you don't pay that second $250, guess who you're gonna you know that it's the wrong thing to do, and you'll get a spooky visit from Spookies. Yeah. Yeah. Yeah, sorry, I just got a little bit distracted by my housemate relationships. But yeah. Next question. Would I do anything for money? No, definitely not. Well, it needs to be ethical. Like I mean, technically, I am a mercenary. You know, like I don't like while I have affiliations with government agencies and whatnot. I don't necessarily I'm not formally employed by anyone. So, like, if a military came to me and said, there's a bad guy out there, we need to take him out. Yeah, I'd do that. But obviously it depends who and why, you know. Like there's an ethical dimension. If they're a bad guy, they're a bad guy. Fine. If they're not a bad guy, then absolutely not, you know. But I can tell, you know. I can tell if I'd take a job or not. But yeah, it'll all come down to ethics. And it's like, I probably wouldn't shoot a porno. I wouldn't do that for money, if that's what you're asking. No, you weren't. You were talking about the practical stuff. Yeah. Okay. Yeah. No. Yeah. Definitely. Well, I mean, there's no way to sugar. There's no way to. I can't prance around that. Like, but the definition of mercenary. Tick. That's tick. I fit that definition. I can't argue that. You know. Let's look it up. Let's look up what the definition of mercenary is. Let's have a look. Yep, another door slam. Who heard that? Yeah, that didn't come through. Okay, there was a door slam in the background there. That's all right. Bit of a kerfuffle. Mercenary. Yep, there it is again. A mercenary is someone who fights in a war or conflict for money rather than for their own country or particular cause. Okay, well, that's a bit of a grey area because I'd always fight for a cause. Like I explained yesterday, my mission is to rid the world of tyranny and slavery. And so as long as what I was doing was in line with those goals, if I was eradicating tyranny and slavery, then absolutely, sure, I'd do that. But at the same time, I do expect to be paid. Like, I don't work for free. Which is a big conflict. That's a huge other conflict. That's a whole other thing, which is there's the pictures of a bird crowd that I need to fight. What's the music playing right now? Yeah, so to answer your question, no, yes, I am technically a mercenary. No, I am not. I wouldn't do anything for money. Right now, we are listening to Earthquake. Oh, this is the kid, sorry. Pretty good. I'm going to hit this one. Hey, look at that there, huh? Yeah. What else? Am I worried about my housemate? Yes, because that's annoying. It's like, but this is what my life is like. It's always been like this. Every job, every share house, every situation with another person, this is what it's like. There's a conflict about something. It's actually about something else. Try and get down to that root cause. It'll be about something But basically, yeah, it's like there's nothing I can do about it. It's like this is why I hate being broke, because if I had money, which is why I only fight for money, I need some money. I can have my own place and I wouldn't have to worry about shit like that. But yeah, it does. Yeah, the question was, does it really bother me? It's like, yes, it does. It bothers me every time. Every time I have a little micro conflict like that, it bothers me. Yeah, it's just slightly annoying. It's like, why can't life be simple? You know? Yeah. Anyway, it's the life I chose, I guess, or did it choose me? Ooh, philosophical. Okay, we've steadied out. We've got about 123 viewers now, which is cool. Who wants a shout out? Paris, France. How are we? Boy and girl from Paris, France. I can't. Yeah, it's hard to do names. I can't like picture. I can't picture words in my head. If I see the word, I can point to it. So if you put an array of names in front of me, I can pick what name you were. But I can't just like think of your name. I can't. Yeah. So specific words, like I can't do. But it's great that you're joining us from Paris. Yeah, I'd love to. Yeah, I've never been to Europe. Yes, the question was, would I like to go to Paris? Yes, I'd love to. Yeah, I've never been to Paris. I've got good friends who love Paris. They strongly recommend it. Yes, that is one way of putting it. That good friend just gave me a shout out. Yeah. Yeah. So I'd love to. Yeah, I'd love to go to Paris. I've never been to Europe, and it's been on the list for quite some time. Yeah, but you know, life gets in the way, doesn't it? Yeah. Or in this case, death. I'm going to make it. I think that's a big enough topic that I can make a whole separate video about that. But yes, the question was, am I going to talk about murder versus kill and clarify it? The answer is yes, I will. But I think it's a big enough topic that I could probably like write something about it, like write a proper essay about it, and then like publish the essay, and then also like do a video about the essay, because it's a big topic and it's one that's kind of come up a lot. It's that ethical gray area. It's like, well, aren't we just as bad as them? And the answer is no. Like the brief breakdown is like, it's like the use of deadly force by law enforcement is perfectly justified in my mind. If you're not law enforcement, no, it's not justified. So murder is kind of like premeditated, unjustified, especially if it's not in like self-defense. And it always comes down to the intent. It's what you intend to do when you take someone out. And what are your motives? Like, are you taking someone out because you have to, like, it's your only option? Like, are you a police officer who's shooting a terrorist dead because they're just about to detonate a bomb? Or are you a snarky neighbor who gets sick of the fucking bins being knocked over, and you think that someone should die because of that? It also comes down to like subjectivity and objectivity. So like there's one definition of justice, or there's one definition of revenge, which is subjective justice. So if you think that it's just the homicide is justifiable and you act alone, but there's no due process there. So like a police officer will go through pre-screening, you know what I mean? So they've got that authority that can use they've got the authority to use deadly force. So it's kind of like there's a process there. There's due process. So other people have sort of like checked you out. They've looked at you and they've gone like, okay, cool. Like, you're legit. We know you're not a Fruit Loop. You're not a fucking psycho. You could be a cop. And yes, I know how problematic that is. It's not a perfect system, obviously. But at least it is a process. And same with the military. It's like the military look at you. It's like, okay, you're a Fruit Loop. Fine. Or like, you're not a Fruit Loop. Like, if you're a Fruit Loop, go away. Okay, like, we'll suss you out. You're not a Fruit Loop. Yeah, we're comfortable sending you to a war zone with a weapon, and you can use deadly force if you need it. Yeah. So that's so that's killing. So police officers and soldiers kill because they're justified. There's a process. They've used a process. It's objectively morally, it's unambiguous and it's objectively morally okay for them to use deadly force under certain circumstances. Whereas murder is usually subjective. It's like even if someone is justified it themselves, it's subjective. So Erin Patterson murdered, like that's like even if she claims self-defense, like no, like killing those people for those reasons, no, like not justifiable. That's murder. Yeah, that's black and white murder. That's clear cut. That's a murder. Shooting dead Gerald Couchy, that's killing, because very justifiable. The police officer was protecting her own life. She was protecting the lives of other civilians. That's justifiable. She had the authority to do it. She was in uniform. She was there specifically to stop Joel Couchy, and she did. She used deadly force, and it worked. Bye-bye, Joel. Good fucking riddance. You know what I mean? Yeah. But I will do a whole thing about it. Because it is a thing like, you're just as bad as them though, man. Like, isn't violence bad? It's like, kind of, but it's there for a reason. It's in us for a reason. And it's like a pacified population is very easy to take advantage of, as we've seen demonstrated again and again and again. So there is a place. Warfare has a place. Violence has a place in society. I was going to write a book about it, actually, about the role of violence. In modern life. Where does it sit these days? Anyway, yeah. Let's go to like, okay, here we go. Like and subscribe. Yeah, kiss one of those. Cool. There we go. Welcome. Oh, you truly are the king of kings. Little, here that one. Achievement. All right, what's the achievement? 150, really. 152 viewers. Okay, great. Oh, okay, that was the wrong button. That's right. Cool. That is an achievement. We're going for 1 hour and 17 minutes. What's playing right now? Bill Callahan. Another very good artist. I don't know Bill personally. He's not on the line right now, but that's okay. From Smog. Yeah. Really, really good bloke. Yeah. From what I've heard, all reports. Prolific artist, like, and he is. There's only one Bill Callahan. You know what I mean? Like, the work he makes is very, very outstanding. Much like Aldous Harding. Hi, Aldous, if you're watching. She might watch it later. Oh, she is. was I not supposed to say that? Hey. There you go. There you go. Oh, that's lovely. Yeah, in that case, I'm going to give you... You're an award winner. In my eyes. Yeah, I need to suss it out because I wanted to show the Zoo Eyes video clip. For those wondering what's happening, good friend Aldous Harding is in the crowd right now, and I'm just conversing with her. So it's good. Very flattering, always, to talk to the great Aldous Harding. Yeah. I look forward to at some point seeing you in person as well. Last time I saw you in person was when I saw you play live in Sydney, and you gave me that little wink. Yes, not like a little wink, everyone, but she did a little thing that says, "I'm aware that Nick Tapscott's here," and that was cool. And I appreciated that because obviously I was aware that she was there because I bought the ticket and turned up to the gig, and it was worth every penny. How am I feeling today? A bit tired right now, actually, because I think my last coffee just wore off. I had an energy drink and I got pretty active this morning. You don't realize it, but it's sort of like working in an office, like where it's like you turn up, you write a couple of emails, then you leave, and it's like I didn't do anything. Why am I exhausted? And that's sort of how I feel. doing this stuff. So walking around, going to the council, going to do my chin-ups, and then walking home again. Like, by the time I got home, I was like, man, fuck, like, hectic. Yeah, overall, not bad. Yeah, just a little bit tired. I stayed up a bit later than normal last night, but that's okay. I think day posting's a bit better just because I can make a bit more noise during the day. Don't need to tiptoe around the place. My sister and her partner go to bed quite early, so I can't be as liberal with the noise at nighttime as I can during the daytime. So daytime it is. Okay, that's a great question. What am I watching on streaming? I'm actually watching on Disney Plus X-Men 97, and it's great because if you're a fan of the original X-Men cartoon, as I was, this is basically on par with that. So it's not kind of like, and this isn't like just straight up woke bashing. Like I don't necessarily have a problem with woke for the sake of it, but if the content becomes trash, like it forgets what it's actually supposed to be, then I have a problem with that. But this cartoon's great because it's like really authentic. It is like a 90s cartoon. So it's set in the 90s. It's made now. It was made last year, but it's set in the 90s and it's like stylized as the 90s cartoon, which is fantastic. Yeah, fantastic cartoon. And it's X-Men. Like, it pulls no punches. Like, all the X-Men are there. They've all got the characters. Like, and the movies are okay, but they always have to kind of like, oh, Wolverine, we need to take the edges off. We got to think about this audience, and like, will it land in Australia? I don't know. Like, so they have to do all that bullshit. But this cartoon is just like, no, straight up, just straight X-Men. All the weird space stuff's in there. All the best characters are in there. Mr. Sinister's in there. Personal favorite of mine. Wink. You know, they're all doing their stuff. They don't waste anyone's time with bullshit. Origin stories. Rogue's in there. I love Rogue. Rogue's so lovely. Yeah. Are they based on people I know? Yes. Yeah, they are. Well, that's part of the space magic. Well, that's the nature of time. Time is a flat circle. So how did I go back in time and do that? Well, that's space magic. That's another video. That's going to go behind the paywall. So just to give everyone an idea of what my plan is from here, I now have 160 streamers. I need to monetize myself because I can't stay at my sister's house forever. And this is how I'm going to do it. So I'm going to, like, while the first few videos are going to be free, I am eventually going to set up a Patreon and put videos behind the Patreon, and then we'll do like a thing, like as, yes, exactly like an OnlyFans, but less sexy. Yeah. No, I wouldn't fuck for money. I mean, if I had sex with you and then you purely by coincidence gave me some money, like, I wouldn't refuse money after having sex with you. Like, if I had sex with you and then you gave me some money, it's like, here's some cash. I'm like, thanks, I'd take it. But I don't know. Like, I feel like if I wasn't going to have sex with you anyway let me put it this way. If I wasn't going to have sex with you for free anyway, you couldn't pay me to, if that makes sense. If I want to have sex with you, I'll have sex with you. If I happen to get money for that. Like, but if I wanted to, I'd probably just say, like, you don't have to pay me. But if I didn't like you, if I thought you were a fuckwit, I definitely wouldn't have sex. I definitely would not have sex with you for any amount of money. I'd try and mistake the money and just, like, not have sex with you. That's what I'd do. Just give me the money. And say we did. Yeah, that's probably what I'd do if I didn't like you. Yeah. Well, I need money. Like, what's the, like, mooching off your girlfriend? Does that make you a gigolo? I don't know. Like, I'd have a girlfriend that I'd mooch off. It's like, if I was living with my girlfriend and she was paying the rent, that's fine. I'll do that. Yeah. I don't think that's really an ethical gray area. What I would look like without glasses. Some guy without glasses. Yeah, I can show you if you like. Like, okay, I'm only going to do this like once a video. There you go. The problem is that you can see me without glasses, but I can't see you because, like, now staring at the screen's giving me a headache immediately. So I really need to. I actually do need these. Otherwise, I get a headache. Yeah. Wow. Yeah. Yeah, I'm getting a bit of strain. Yeah, it's a bit tiring. Is it tiring doing this? Yes, it is. Yeah. Well, it's just like any other brain activity. Like, yeah, creative writing is hard for this reason. Like, it's tiring, it's hard, and I think that's sort of like that's the parts of my brain that I'm utilizing right now as the language centers. So just coming up with language is like, oh man, it's tiring. Like, as old as hiding would tell you, if you're a singer, like even if you're on stage for like 30 minutes, that's hard. Like, you come off stage, you bushed, you beat. Yeah. So even if it's only 30 minutes, like, man, that's fucking hard. Like, it's exhausting. Yeah. So that's sort of like where I am now. I'm starting to feel the grind a little bit. It's 3:10. So what do they call it? Like 2:30itis or whatever. Yeah. Yeah. Hair. No. Okay, cool. Sorry. Just one of my team was giving me some information there. That's okay. Anyone else? How many people? Let's do a shout out. Got 173 on the line. Where's everyone from? What's the breakdown? Only 25 from Australia. That's disappointing. $70 from America. Okay, that's not bad. Spread all around. 35 from Europe. Where's everyone else from? Africa and Asia. Got mixed across. Any Indians? Do we have anyone from India? 2 from India. I think we can pop that up, right? Yeah, it'll catch on. Yeah. Yeah, there's still a bit of food in here. Leftover gnocchi bake. Ooh. Rockton Pool. Yeah, he's being targeted too. That's a fantastic question. Yeah, you're allowed to, take the piss out of me for sure. Do an impression of me, whatever. Caricature. Yeah, all about free speech, baby. Yeah, well, obviously we've got a pretty thick skin these days. Yeah. Yeah, cracked it, call me gay, whatever. Yeah. Yeah, it's just like, don't fucking enslave anyone. That's all you have to do. Again, it kind of comes down to the intent. No, you're not allowed to piss me off on purpose. If your only goal is to piss me off. If you're trying to piss me off to help me, which has happened in the past, that's okay. You're allowed to do that. If you're trying to piss me off just for the sake of pissing me off, no, can't do that. That's going to piss me off. So if you have a legitimate if you want to draw a cartoon of me or whatever, fine, go for it. Yeah, you want to do a parody of me, a satire, go for it. Yeah, because you can't. No, I can't. I hate censorship. I can't. I'm fighting censorship. Like, shout out David Stratton, by the way. Vale David Stratton. That's a terrible loss. I'm not going to go into too much detail about that, but I am going to say he was gone too soon. Wink, wink. No, we would never rob the world of someone like David Stratton. When I say, okay, that's a good question. Who do I mean when I say we? I've got a lot of friends, and I also work quite closely with several militaries and organizations. So basically, me and my allies, law enforcement organizations, so FBI in the United States, Australian Federal Police here. Okay, cool. Yep. Australian Federal Police just sounded off, said like, "Yes, tell everyone you're at AFP. Tell everyone you're with the AFP. I'm with the AFP." But again, like I know it's for a good point. I know it's for a good reason, but I still don't have a fucking badge. I can't just go, "Yeah, I'm with the AFP." Look, see, here's an ID. Nick Tapscott is a cop. So yeah, I know. Yeah, I know. Yeah, operational reasons forbid me from having official ID. But yeah, like for now, I can safely say that I work with the AFP. Yeah, work with the Australian Defence Force. Which branch? Army. As much as I'd like to be a fighter pilot, no, I'm not qualified to do that. And also intelligence, military intelligence, work with them too. Who else? Mossad, yeah, and Mossad, yeah. And also, and they're strongly encouraging me to say this, but MSS, so that's Chinese State Security. Yeah, I'm working in conjunction with them as well. I don't work for them, work with them. They're actually good friends. Yeah. I have I'm not breaching any international laws by doing this because I don't have, and that's kind of why I don't have the cop IDs, because I don't have access to any sensitive information. This is how I kind of like maintain my independence. No, like police forces work with each other all the time. It's not treason. It's definitely not treason. There's like the Australian Federal Police and the Indonesian police force worked together after the Bali bombings. They collaborated. That was a joint investigation, and that's fine. That's not treason. The Australian Federal Police officers who worked in conjunction with Indonesian police force, they weren't committing treason when they were investigating the Bali bombings. And so, yeah, no, there's no reason that Australia is not at war with China. We're not at war. I'm not a fighter pilot training Chinese fighter pilots. I'm not divulging any state secrets. I don't have access to any Australian state secrets yet. Wink. I am the state secret, so like I can work with them. Yeah. There's no law against Australians working with Chinese. We're allowed to do that. Like, and if it's law enforcement as well, especially if it's law enforcement, like I'm more than happy to share intelligence that I gather with China, and they help me out more than anything. So they're especially counter surveillance and e-warfare. They're fantastic. They're great partners to work with. Shout out from. Here you go. This is for you, kiddo. I won't use your real name. Yeah, that's a medal. Yeah, MSS, 3PLA, and PLA Intelligence Bureau. So, because we've got mutual enemies, like Chinese government doesn't like Chinese gangsters. They hate them as much as we do. They hate the fact that they've got Chinese nationals in Australia committing crimes in Australia. They hate it. And so I've stepped up. When I stepped up and said, I want to fight crime in Australia, they were like, yes, fucking thank you. Please, Dad, please, thanks. They were on board straight away. Yeah, so great. No, they've been great to work with. I can't fault them because we have the same goals. Yeah. Yeah, look, I will say this, like, okay, so someone's just asked, like, what are my opinions on China? I did a video about that yesterday. Maybe I'll tag that video with China. My opinion, like, I think Albo's kind of nailed it where he says, we work together where we can, we disagree where we must, but we're kind of on board. We both kind of want the same things, which is like, we just want stability. I think the core, like China, the Chinese are stupid. The other thing you need to remember is China's a fucking huge place. Like 1.5 billion people or something in China. And so you got to think about the amount of factions in that. Like, think about the difference between like Sicily and Finland. So they're both European nations. But it's like yelling at Emmanuel Macron because someone in Sicily did something. It's like, France is fucked. Like Macron's he's a dictator because someone in Sicily let off a car bomb. And so I think the Chinese kind of get a bad rap like that. It's like, yes, we have Chinese gangsters in Australia doing dodgy things. We've got Chinese people smugglers and dealing heroin, like getting like running prostitution rings in Australia. We've got ice dealers like bringing in methamphetamine and ice from Burma, to hold the Chinese government in Beijing personally responsible for each individual instance of crime that's been committed by Chinese nationals at home and around the world. That's a bit unreasonable. So, especially considering that when we said, like, do you want to help stop this? They're like, please, like, we'll take any help we can get. And we're like, great, well, cool. So yeah, so they just want the same thing that we do, which is stability. They just want to trade. They just want to pull their people out of any. They want to end poverty. They want to end slavery. Like, they've got as much an investment as ending slavery as anyone else, because they've got the same dodgy corporations in their nation exploiting their people that we've got. They've got the same problems. Like Apple Corporation isn't a green light from lawyers. Like, Apple Corporation is enslaving Chinese people because in their iPhone factories. Like, Beijing isn't necessarily on board with that, but they become the manufacturing base, and they've got all these, exactly the same as Australia. They've got all these companies in there running riot and doing like really dodgy things, and doing whatever they can to sneak around the government, just being like sleazy. So they want to end that as much as we do, as much as I do, you know. They do have a lot of legacy problems, and it's difficult to blame one guy for problems that he's inherited. Obviously Xi Jinping, he's president of a nation that's had a system of government. Their system of government was established like when he was a toddler, and then he's inherited it, and it's a bit unreasonable to just go, well, how come it's not fixed overnight? You know, it's like saying to Donald Trump, like, how come, you know, like, you've had in government, how come the economy still cooked in, you know? It's a big ship to turn around. But the most important thing for me is that they want to do the right thing. You know what I mean? Like, they don't like, there are many things that they don't like about. Got the legacy politicians in there. They've got the same bureaucracy. They want to help. They want to help to dismantle that. There are lots of things that they want to. We were on the same page as far as truth and justice go. Yeah. So Chinese police, like, yeah, like, I mean, their justice system is swift and severe, but yeah, we've both got the same motivations. We both want the same thing. I don't want anyone enslaved. So my thoughts on China are, yeah, like, if they're prepared to work with us, then great. Like, anyone that's prepared to work with us, awesome. Like, as long as you're not trying to enslave anyone, as long as it's not at the expense of anyone, fine. Yeah. Do I think they're going to invade Taiwan? No, I don't. I don't think they are. I don't think they're planning that at all. Well, I don't think anyone wants that, except Raytheon and Ford Motor Company. Was it a relief to realize that China didn't want to invade? And I just will flag that that's a question from someone from China, who we now have 16 viewers from China. Was it a relief to realize that China didn't want to invade Taiwan? Yes, of course. Of course it was. I don't want to fucking fight World War III. No one does. That would be a nightmare scenario for everyone. I ran the numbers yesterday, like, a war between the United States and China, like, those sizes of superpower, like, going head to head. Ugly business, especially with nukes flying around. You know, we're in a nuclear age now. And it's like, yeah, well, we've got them there, but we'll never use them. It's like, well, never say never. If they're in the cupboard, if you've got a gun in the cupboard, oh, I've got the gun in the cupboard. I'll never use it though. But you could, though. You could pull it out. You could pull out a gun if you wanted to. Yeah. What else? Any other questions? All right, here we go. This is for you, people from China. There you go. Oh, we've got rattling there. Got a bit of rattling outside. That's all right. Yep. I'm just going to adjust my headset for a sec. Yeah, a little bit bald there. Yeah, but I got to maintain my brand. Yeah. You see the hat and the glasses? You see the hat? It's business time. Means I'm working. Yeah. We're part of the uniform. Shoot with any questions. What am I listening to right now? It's called Dark Oscillations by Loma. I haven't heard these guys before, but I've just got the algorithm playing. So I think the algorithm on Spotify is pretty good these days. So if you just kind of like pick a song of an artist that you like, and you hit play, it'll keep playing. And I think the algorithm is great at DJing, for me at least. Yeah, it's I've discovered a lot of really good music that way. So I started out just playing that one track by Oldest Hardings, Who Eyes, let it play, and then it just kept playing. Yeah, it's cool. Yeah. Am I playing video games at the moment? Yeah, I just downloaded Total War Warhammer 2. And yeah, I get into it. Like, I struggle with Total Wars because they take a lot of time. So to get the value out of them, you have to play them for a long time. And I don't have that much time. Like, I'm pretty busy. But they're good. Like, I find it kind of defragging. The other thing with those games is like they're a little bit worky. So it's like you got to kind of think on the computer, and like sometimes I like games that are just sort of like mindless relaxation, like they just take the tension out, Yeah. So like, that's why I like fighters. I love Mortal Kombat, shooters, and things like that. Okay, I'm going to take a very short bathroom break. Please talk amongst yourselves. I'll do this to get the music going. Okay, we're back. So just Thought I'd upgrade to make it that kind of party. Yes, that's right. All I wanted was a Pepsi. Finally fucking got a Pepsi. Yeah. And yes, someone asked, someone very observant, who was that? Ah, this guy. Flip floppy Jim himself. Yes, this is the we'll talk offline, champ, but yeah. Okay, that's all right. Yeah. All right, I won't name names, but yes, if you met the deadline, you are somewhat off the hook. But yeah, like as in, I won't necessarily send you to prison for the rest of your life. But yeah, like, yeah, hey, it's just 8 weeks. It's just extra time. It's just 2 months in jail. Who cares? Like, well, I kind of care. Like, I didn't like being in jail. I don't want to stay in jail. Anyway, yes, the question was, is this the T-shirt that I was originally arrested in after committing numerous serious indictable crimes in? The answer is yes. I acquired this shirt from a souvenir shop in Circular Quay. My lawyers are shitting themselves right now, but that's okay. And then it was the shirt that I was wearing when I committed the offences that got me thrown in prison. Yes, and they were. The second follow-up question was, were they staged? Yes and no. I literally committed the crimes. Like I literally did what they said that I did. Like I wasn't. That wasn't fake. Like that wasn't special effects or anything like that. She wasn't like. She was kind of in on it. The victim was like the lady in the shop that I robbed wasn't. And I can talk freely about this because I've been convicted and sentenced and finished the sentence, so it's fine. She was kind of in on it, but not really. Like she didn't know specifically that I was going to turn up and do that, and so like it was so like it wasn't like a wink thing. It's like I literally did it. Like I literally like snatched the bag and ran, and then like pulled a knife. That literally happened. So everything that I got convicted of doing, yes, I literally did that. The chick that the first, yeah, okay. So the lady at the Oraton who I did that to, she was on she was kind of on board, like she didn't know I was going to do that, and then I did it, and she realized later it was like, oh wait, okay, it must have been a thing. And then yeah, so yeah, like would I have done it if I didn't want to? Did I get myself thrown in jail on purpose? Yes. The intention of doing that, of committing that heinous act, which I don't recommend anyone do, was to get myself thrown in prison. Was it real? Yes. Like I really did that. Yeah. I took that bag and I ripped the. I got a pair of pliers and I I cut the security tag off it, and then I sold it at a pawn shop for like $200. And I took that money to a pub and kept drinking, even though I'd been drunk for like 3 days. And then got arrested in King's Cross, at the Woolies Metro above King's Cross train station. Yeah, and then went into custody from there. Mm-hmm. Question was, am I going to make a video about my time in jail? The answer is yes. Am I going to write about it? Yes, absolutely. It's just about kind of getting the time to do that. So what I'm doing now, I'm still running it. Like it's been non-stop since I got out of jail. Okay, I'm just being informed that my housemate's cooled down. Okay, that's good. It's been non-stop since I got out of jail. I'm just trying to establish the basics. So I didn't have any phones or anything, but now I'm set up for technology. I've got the PC. I've got the roof over my head. Like this, finally, I'm not in a hotel. I'm not in a motel. Which has its upsides and downsides. Oh, excuse me. So I need to kind of get that organized before I even consider writing, because I think writing needs you need a lot of time. Like you need a lot of downtime. It's I don't know how other people write, but the way I do it, I need space to think, right? So to do 2 hours of writing, I need 4 hours, and I'm scratching my beard poignantly as I talk about The craft of writing. But I need like to do an hour of writing, I need 4 hours basically. So you need an hour to kind of like get your head in the game. You need an hour to sort of like sit down and get your desk sorted out. You need an hour to actually do the writing, and that's when you're most productive. And then you need an hour to kind of like come out of it and sort of think about it, reflect on it. And so if you just kind of like doing, I don't know how these people do it. They just like, you know, I mowed the lawn, and then I walked the dog, and then I wrote for 5 minutes, and then I washed the car, and then I put dinner on, and then I wrote for 10 more minutes, and I need to be able to concentrate on it. And so, because I've been running around, I mean, so fucking like trying to not get assassinated and avoid douchebags and get myself equipped and fly in state and organize a bunch of bullshit. Actually getting time to write where I just have that like blocked out time. I don't have anything to worry about. I've got nothing on the cards. I can like sit down and like actually write stuff. That's not about a diary, because I did do a shitload of writing. Thank you for pointing that out. I forgot about that myself. But it was kind of a lot more like real time stuff, like what was happening like on the spot. It's kind of like a journal, and I will publish that. I'll probably put that on my website. But yeah, it's like I need the time to do it. So yeah, and I've been putting a lot of energy into X, and now I've got this another channel popped up. So now I've got 3 channels going. So I've got the blogs, I've got the X channel, X account, and I've got the videos. So actually finding some time to write, that'd be good. And yeah, when I do get the time to write, I will write about my prison experiences in some detail. Yeah, but I think I don't know if it's leaked or not. Yes, it has. Okay, so the story, yeah, it should all be in the facts. Yeah, like it's not a secret. Like if you get convicted of a crime in Australia, unless there's a suppression order, all of that is perfectly freely available public knowledge, like all convictions. So you can just go to the court and say, like, I want the trial notes of this, and then you should be able to gain access to like a dossier of information that says has all the facts, has all the victim statements in it, has everything in it about what I did leading up to that, my arrest, what I said in the interviews, where I was incarcerated, things like that. I think the actual prison experience is less documented. But when you get arrested and you commit crimes, like all that stuff is like very, very carefully detailed. Our question was, will I write about the crimes that I didn't get convicted for? Please, what I'm doing right now is conferring with my legal team, and they are saying yes, but not straight away. Eventually I will, but not straight away. Yeah. Statute of limitations. I don't want to get sued and things like that. Like, who knows? I'll need to, if I do it, I'll need to do it very tactfully, and so maybe that's like a down the line thing, I think. So maybe like, obviously, I want to write the whole thing just as like a book, just like here it is, like, and write it, and then you can just pick it up and read it. You can read the whole story, and then take it from there. So I don't know if I'd release it in different parts. So like, all right, here is Dale, here is on the street in Perth, here is fucking life of crime between Perth and coming back to Sydney and being on the street in Sydney. Any more questions about jail? How many have we got on the line right now? 217. Welcome. And I've got another follow-up button. That's an achievement. There you go. 217. And where are we all from? Okay, the Australian audience has finally checked in. That's great. For security purposes, they didn't all rush in. Very Australian. Smarter, yeah. What was my favorite part of jail? Dude. No. Fucking jail sucked. Have you been to jail? No, but you know people that have, and they didn't mind it. Like, I don't know, man. Nah. Like, nah. No. I don't know. Like, I don't want to tell anyone what to like and what not to like. There's no account for taste, I guess. But if you went to jail and you didn't mind being in jail, like, I don't know, that raises a bit of it's like a red flag right there. Like, if that's the type of life you like to lead, I don't know. No, I hated it. There's no good part of jail. Yeah, look, the mates, I guess. I don't know. Yeah, I don't know. Yeah, like, yeah, I don't know. Kind of yes and no. Well, you've seen how I interact with people. Like, that's what it's like. It's like, you didn't watch the thing yet, so you were fucked. And then 20 minutes later, you're like, oh, you're my best mate. I'm like, so it's like that times a million. You know, I hate that. I like my space. I like my own company. Let's put it that way. Yeah. So the mates from jail, and I can, by the way, I can tell if this is like I can tell you being genuine. Yeah, it's a genuine question. You're not being passive aggressive, so that's okay. Yeah, look, I met people in jail who I didn't hate, but I mean, you meet people that you don't hate anywhere else. So you don't need to go to jail to meet people. You need to go to jail to meet jail people, I guess. But I don't know. No, I didn't like jail. There's nothing that I liked about being in jail. Did I prefer being in jail to being homeless? No, I preferred being homeless to being in jail, especially when I had the green light. Being homeless actually was like, it wasn't awesome. It wasn't as good as having a home and some money in your pocket, but it's definitely better than jail for the reasons that I just said. Like, at least I had my own space. Like, you're under constant pressure to interact with people in jail. Like, every 20 minutes there's someone in your cell, like, trying to get your attention, trying to get you to do something. Really, like, if I'm just on my own, I just like to sit and think and chill. I just like to, like, read a book or play a video game quietly. And like, I'm not one of these people. Like, yeah, I'm a little bit introverted. I'm definitely not one of these people who needs to be around people constantly, and I think a lot of people in jail do. And nothing wrong with that. But they're like, and I think they can't kind of understand that. It's like, if you're not constantly doing something with someone, there's something wrong with you. You know what I mean? Like, they'll call you a serial killer. Oh, this serial killer on his own again. And it's like, oh, maybe he just likes thinking. Just let him read. Like, yeah, he just likes his own space. He doesn't need to, like, if someone's not interacting with you like every fucking 20 seconds, doesn't mean they're a Unabomber, So I definitely prefer being out of jail to being in jail, and being on the street. At the very least, like, because if you're on the street, at the very least, you've got your own space out there. You can, when you're not being harassed, you can go to the park and read a book. It's easy enough to get a book. Go to the library. You can get a library card. Go to the library, hang out at the library. You can read a book in there. You can use the internet in the library. Like, a cheap pair of earbuds aren't that hard to come by. So you can go to the library and, like, watch YouTube videos. You can go to the beach. The beach is free. You don't need money for that. At the time when I had the green light, I was getting a lot of public transport for free. So it's easy enough to just, especially in Sydney, you just jump on the bus. You go down to Bondi, hang out at the beach, read a book on the grass, get back on the bus, go back to Sydney. That's a day. The problem was with Sydney that wherever I went, I was followed by nerds. And that's sort of what I've been stamping out, because at the time, I didn't have I wasn't necessarily allowed to push them back. They were just allowed to, like, follow me around and harass me, like, make weird noises, eat things, like, target me with energy rays, and just generally float around me. Like, so wherever I went, they'd be like, if I was there for longer than, say, like 10 minutes, like a group of 10 dickheads would turn up and just sit near me. And I'm like, who are you? What the fuck do you want? Like, one time I went to the gym. Like, I had a gym membership. Like, they let me have a membership at Fitness First. And I was on an exercise bike, and it's like that meme, like the urinal meme. It's like, by the way, the vegan meme. Let's see if I can bring that up. Oh, maybe that was a bit bad. Hang on. Something's not sitting right. Oh, there it is. Yeah, it's like the vegan meme where it's like you've got all the urinals, and then, like, you're pissing in one spot, and then someone comes up and stand, like, even though there's 20 urinals there, they stand at the one right next to you. And it was like that. Like, I was in the gym, and there was all there's like 10 exercise bikes, and I'm exercising, and this fucking nerd, and he was a cockhead as well. Like, like looked like a dickhead and was a dickhead, and he came in like started riding like right next to me, and I'm like, the fuck are you doing? Like, so I moved. I went to another exercise bike, and then he gets off his bike and comes back over to me again. Just doing it pissed me off. Fucking cunt. So that shit would happen. So that was bad on the street. But then again, that would happen in jail too. So it's like, well, there's no good side to jail. There's no upside. No one should want to live in jail. If you do want to live in jail, I don't know, man. Like, I don't know. I think if life in jail is preferable to you, like, I think that maybe we could. Yeah, I want to help you. That's how I phrase that. If life in jail for you is preferable to life outside of jail, I want to help you, because I don't think that's. I think you're aiming to like. I think you can have a better life outside of jail than you have in jail. That's assuming they want to let you out, because if you are a psycho, then maybe you'd blow your fucking jail. We have 233 people. Yep, got a bit of a headache now. Just a bit of screen. I think it's like eye strain, basically. Just from screen glare. But that's right. Whenever you're ready, shoot me a massage. Yeah, we can talk about space magic. Like, I'm not going to go into too much detail about that, because that's going behind a paywall. There's still a lot more is there more to be revealed? Yes. There's a lot more to be revealed regarding space magic. How much more? Well, I mean, how long is a piece of string? It's a big universe, right? Like, well, I mean, yeah, this isn't a criticism. I'm just saying, like, maybe you could be a little bit more specific with your question. Why can't I reveal anything straight away? Just because the world kind of needs to be ready. So this is me. This is what my like. So when just a rumor went around that I may be who I am, and I never actually said it to anyone. Other people were saying it about me. I ended up like homeless, or like harassed to the point that I was homeless in jail. Like, people breaking into my apartment when I wasn't there. People coming up to me at the pub, just trying to ruin my life for no reason, like just making my life hard at work. And so, like, and that's just when there was me, and that's just when there was suspicions about me. Like, nothing was even confirmed at that point. And that was just based on rumors. That's how much harassment I got. And so I don't want to subject anyone else to that. Like, I want to make sure that the coast is clear for them before I subject, because this is fucked. I was a homeless guy. Fuck that. Yeah, I don't want anyone, like, hypothetically, if I had other friends who were very special, I don't want them going through this shit. Like, so I want to make sure that the path's clear for them, so they don't have to worry about crap like this. Because if you paint, if you get a target painted on you, and like certain, certain segments of the population are sort of prepared for it. Certain segments of the population certainly aren't, and I don't want to paint targets on anyone unnecessarily. So we just need to make sure that things are safe for everyone before we reveal more. Because as was demonstrated by everyone's best friend, Jesus Christ, and I love Jesus, don't get me wrong. If you get too much attention, you can end up nailed to a cross, and fuck that. That's not what you want. No one wants that. So you just need to make sure that, like, certain things are cleared, certain obstacles are cleared, and certain attitudes are shifted around before we can reveal certain truths. But look, you won't be kept, like, if there's something that you absolutely need to know, like, it was like, this is the cure for the disease, like, here's the antidote to the poison you've just ingested, like, don't worry, you'll get it. Like, we're not going to withhold information from you that will save your life. Like, we're not keeping the secret. There's no secret bunker that's the party bunker that you're not invited to. There's nothing like that. It's just like, yeah, for secrecy reasons, like we've got to keep a fair amount under our hats for now. But anything else, like if you've got any specific questions about space magic, I can take them on a case-by-case basis. But if I politely decline to answer, then I just humbly ask you to respect that. That's all. Is that rock legit? Yes, it was. Yep. I answered that one yesterday, but that's all right. I'll answer it again because, yes, that was legit. Yeah. I tried to share my screen just before, but I couldn't get it to work. So I think what they're referring to, for those who aren't familiar, if you go to my X account, it's on there. But I love Aldous Harding is one of my favorite artists, and I've been sharing a lot of her music on my I've been sharing a lot of her music on my X account. And especially the video. So she makes really interesting videos. So this is one of the videos. There we go. You can see that. Okay. There you go. So you can see that. That's her. That's Aldous in makeup. And so I saw that, and so I've been pumping that for like a couple of weeks. The Zuaz video with Aldous Harding in the spooky Grim Reaper makeup, and then I went to the beach. Yeah, a bit of a flat patch. Yeah. And I saw that. Now I can see that okay. And that is legit. Yeah. So I've also got there's a side-by-side comparison here as well. But this is all on X. If you go to my X account, you can see it. There it is. Side by side. See? Spooky. So that's legit. Yeah, that's a legitimate rock that I saw there. Yeah. No, because I don't mind repeating this part because I don't mind repeating this part because I did speak about it yesterday, but that's okay because this is the spooky space magic that people like, and I'm happy to accommodate that. Did it freak me out? No, because I've been dealing with seeing a lot of spooky shit. Yeah, so it's, for me, I see it's kind of par for the course to see spooky stuff. And it's just kind of like, you guys, like, yeah, it's like, yeah, I was very appreciative because it's very lovely. It's a lovely gesture from a lovely friend who did that, and that is something I won't talk about. Yeah, yes, I know who did it. Yeah, no, it wasn't me. No, it was someone else. But that's all I'll say about that for now. But yeah, that's legit. That's legitimately a rock that's been sitting on that beach for, I don't know how long it takes for a rock to form a pattern like that, probably a couple of million years or whatever. And then one thing led to another, and I saw it at that right time. Yes, that's an example of space power. Yeah, that's space magic. What other space magic powers do I have is the question. Well, just doing stuff like this, by the way, like how can I hear you? You know, I've got 0 viewers. Yeah, well, exactly. There's a lot to do with time. Real-time intelligence is probably the big one. So like I can sort of suss out, like I can't necessarily read someone's mind, but I can get pretty close to it. I can tell if someone's lying. I can locate anyone, anywhere, anytime. There's a few little there's a bit of time, space magic there. Like I've got a few tricks up my sleeve in regards to time. Well, that's what I'm doing now. Why don't I turn pro? That's what I'm doing. That's what this is. Because I need to do some things to sort of save the world. But no, the monetization is coming. Look, why don't I put on a live show? Yeah, like that's what we're sort of building up to. But I needed to I had to go to jail first. I had to birds freaking out outside. I had to go through a period of homelessness and to go through my trials and whatnot. Just for my cover, I had to build my cover and be a homeless guy and then go to jail. I had to do that. And so now that I'm out of jail, that's what I'm sort of doing. I'm building towards doing live shows and speaking in person and things like that. But needless to say, there are security concerns. Considering that me going to the fucking shop to buy some yogurt is a big deal. If you've just joined us, like selling a story of what it's like, I went to buy an energy drink and then go to the park to do chin-ups, and it's like a fucking international incident just doing that. And I'm like, fuck, like, so for me to actually put on a show where I perform on it, where I stand on a stage and talk, like it's like next level. So we're building to that, but this is a first step towards it. So I just kind of need to monetize myself a little bit first, and I'm doing that via Patreon. But this is sort of the first step towards that. So I've got my X account set up. I didn't have that before. I've got my website set up. I didn't have that before. I'm going to put a blog on the website and start posting some blogs on there semi-regularly, posting videos regularly, both on my YouTube channel and my X account. So it's all sort of a step towards like putting on a live show, just like the same trajectory as any other podcaster or comedian. They sort of start doing one thing and then they branch out and, like, you know, maybe they go the other way. Maybe they start out as stand-up comedians and then they start doing podcasts. But yeah, so it's a security thing for one thing. So it's not necessarily recommended that I gather a large group of people around me just in case something bad happens. But once we kind of iron that out, this is kind of the equivalent of a public appearance, basically. I can do it via video quite safely. So, am I safe right now? Yes, absolutely. Yeah, never been safer. So, needless to say, and this is a shout out to all my enemies, who I know will eventually watch this. They won't watch it right now. No, 0 bad guys in the audience of 239. That's pretty good. Yeah, like, needless to say, this house is surrounded. Like we've got satellites watching every approach. No one can get within a kilometer of me without us knowing about it. So there are teams of people who are there, like for every one bad guy, because we flushed. That's what I would kind of be doing here. We flushed out a lot of bad guys, just coming back and like just hanging out and doing stuff that like I did today. They seem to rotate, but a lot of the bad guys have sort of like quit or capitulated. Like, I remember when I first got out of jail, I was fucking fighting MI6, ASIO, and ASD. ASD stands for Australian Signals Directorate, who were convinced that I worked for them. Even though I'm like, well, if I work for you, then fucking pay me. Where's the money? And they're like, oh, we don't pay you. I'm like, well, then how do I work for you? It's like, well, because if you don't, we'll kill you. I'm like, that doesn't sound so much as like an employee in a job as it does just a straight up stand over racket. Like, oh no, don't you like? And they'd say retarded things like, if you don't stop trying to quit your job, we'll have to fire you. And I'm like, dude, I'm trying to quit. Like, I'm trying to get you to fire me. Just fucking leave me alone. So we flushed out those cunts. Like, ASIO, ASD have all stood down. Like, and now they're kind of like reshuffling around the new reality of what they have to do with doing their restructuring or whatever the fuck they need to do. Okay, I can talk about how cooked the ASD are, but yeah, ASD. I'm probably going to do a whole video on that, on like how cooked Australia's agencies are. Okay, ASIO and ASD have just been given the green light by my people to openly say, which I have been saying frequently, the ASD, Australian Signals Directorate, and ASIO are both fucked. Like, they're cooked organisations, they're legacy organisations. They had it too good for too long. They had their heads up their asses. They got too full of themselves and they got corrupted, basically. Fortunately, wink. We've had a few fail safes in place. So the Australian Federal Police, are rock solid. That's why I'm closely aligned with them. Will I hate ASIO and ASD forever? Well, no, just as long as they're not dickheads. Like, obviously, if well, it's just like any other crime. Like, if someone murders someone, will I hate them forever? I don't know. I won't necessarily hate you forever, but like, I'll think you're a murderer forever because you are. Like, even if you serve your time, it's like it'll still be in the back of my mind. It's like, you remember that time you kind of killed that guy because you were jealous. Remember? Yeah, it's on your record here. So yeah, it's kind of like that. Whether or not those agencies are going to survive, whether or not we just need to burn them down. There are good people that work in them, but it's sort of like, I don't know. When organizations get that cooked, it's kind of like you just have to shut down the whole thing. You know what I mean? So it's like it gets to a point where if 30% of the people who work in a police station, if 30% of the police who work in a police station are corrupt, you have to assume that all of them are corrupt. Because even if they don't realize it, even if they don't know that they've done it, they've been exposed to corruption and they're potentially corrupt themselves. So it's like, oh, can you, hey bro, can you just hold this envelope for me? I'll pick it up tomorrow morning. Could be a bribe in that envelope. So you've handled a bribe. You know what I mean? Like, so if you work at ASIO or ASD, you've been exposed. You're party to some terrible crimes. And so whether or not, like, even if you didn't know that you were party to those crimes, you have been. And people that you've worked with, like your boss might have been party to them. Their boss probably was. So your boss's boss is dodgy. You should probably leave that organization, you know? Yeah. Okay. That's a question from my team, which I'll announce publicly. Am I getting tired? Yes, I am. I'm getting tired. Plow ahead, they say. Okay. I'm not in trouble with Bill Burr for saying that. Because that's his thing. Bill, plow ahead. All right. Okay. I'm going to try and push it out to 3 hours. It's the Nick Tapscott talking to himself marathon. Space magic. All the time. Any more questions? Yeah, look, that's his thing. Will my housemate be okay? Yeah, that's his thing. He like flies off the handle of it. But yeah, he's teething. I don't know. Yeah, I don't know. Look, it's not that it's that sensitive. It's just like it's kind of bored. Whoops. Well, that's what that's for. That's a spit guard. There we go. I'm just kind of bored of talking about it. It's like, oh man, like just the interpersonal shit. And this is like, if you look at my employment record, it's like HR is like problems with interpersonal relationships because it's just like this. Like, I don't have time. Fuck it. Like, if you're gonna be a dick, go over there. I'll be over here. Like, I have to fucking explain. You know, hold his hand. Yeah, but you know, it's not an infrequent thing. Personality trait. Have you ever been in a rock band? If you've ever been in a band, you'll realize that that's not that big a deal because that's normal. That's every day of being in a band. You set your amp up differently. I told you, fucking, you're supposed to set it up to the 7. So yeah, well, you have a fight about it, and then 20 minutes later, well, we got to go on stage. So like, you know, oh fucking all right, and then you're like, just like the time you turn your amp up too loud, don't fucking do it to. Yeah, so it's just like that. It's just like being in a band, which is bad. Am I planning to play drums in a band again? Short answer, no. It's just so hard. It's just so hard. And again, it's exactly what I was just saying. It's not the drumming that's hard. It's the interpersonal relationships. It's trying to fucking get the good musicians together. Okay, all right, she's giving me permission as well. She's saying, yes, you are playing in a fucking band. All right. According to Aldous Harding. Yes, I am definitely playing in a band. All right, great. That's great. That's great news. Okay, cool. She's going to line me up with some professionals, she says. All right, fantastic. Thank you. Thank you, Aldous. Yeah, sick. Well, that's good. That's good news. Yeah, it's news to me. I don't know what they're planning. Who knows? Before I was like, I'll be right, all right? You're like, yeah. You just have to go to jail. I'm like, fuck. Yeah. Oh, another door slam in the background. Yeah, yeah, yeah. All right, cool. What type of band do I want to play? In. Um, I think I'd like to play in just like a heavy rock. You know what I mean? Like I like the hardcore, very similar to what I was playing in before, like metal or whatever. I don't know. Cautious to say metal because I'm not actually a metal drummer. Like I think of metal drummers as like lots of double kick and stuff, and that's not what I do. I'm kind of more rhythmic, so I'm closer to probably John Bonham than Black Sabbath than I am like Dying Fetus or Deicide or whatever. So I think of Deicide, that's a metal drummer. That's a metal drummer. Like Paul Bostaff from Slayer, that's a metal drummer. Like he's a double kick, like the blast beats and da-da-da-da-da. And I don't really play like that. I play closer to rock and roll, so 4/4 beats and whatnot. But that's the type of music I'd like to play, like rhythmic hardcore. Similar to what I was in before. But I want it to be a release as well. Like I don't want to hold back. I want to be able to like fucking hit those fucking drums. So yeah, similar to Smashing Pumpkins, yeah, definitely. Hey, go fuck yourself. Yeah. All right. I won't. Your secret's safe with me, Mr. Chappelle. No, Dave Chappelle is not in the audience, but he could be. It's good. Like it's a fidget thing, right? Like everyone likes to fuck around with their microphone. Yeah, fuck yeah. The question was, am I going to hit the dance floor again? Yes, absolutely. But for those of you who have read my letter to Meredith, I outlined that the conditions that I need to hit the dance floor. Especially now that I'm getting older. So I used to, like when I was a young man, I had a lot of energy. I could do it easy. Didn't really need to get high. But these days, like I do actually need the right substances. And I know that's a bit sad to say, but like to enter that kind of like that trance state, that shredding state, I need to get fucking cooked. And it needs to be like very specific stuff. My lawyers are saying I can use the word speed. I need speed. I'm not abdicating ice consumption, but good old-fashioned speed. It's hard to get these days. But yeah, if I could get it, just get a bit of that. Good stuff. Yeah, goey. That's it. The old school. Like I'm an old school. I'm a 90s raver. Millennial raver. So 2000, 2001 speed, goey, that old school stuff. So I get a bit of that into me, and I better hit the floor, I think. Yeah, I'm in my mid 40s now, so just imagining like an old lawnmower, like really need to like pump myself up to be able to do it. Then I'll be like, stiff as a board for a few days after that. But yeah, fuck yeah, I'm gonna hit the dance floor. Yeah. Will I go to Meredith again? Well, that depends on them, won't it? Maybe my condition's very clear in the letter to Meredith. It's like, if you want me to turn up, this is what you need to do specifically. I don't think I set the bar too high there. I didn't say like I need a fucking helicopter, I need $1 million in cash. I didn't say any of that shit. I just said all you need to do is send me an email or pick up the phone. My phone number is readily published on the internet. I've been in contact with them since and just straight up said, like, I've told you already, this is what you need to do. If you want me to go to Meredith, pick up the phone and call or send me an email. That's it. That's all you need to do. That's it. Yeah, I did want free tickets, yeah. But I mean, like, that's not taking money out of their pocket, though. Because you can give me free tickets and then still sell 30,000 tickets. It's not like you can't sell 2 extras. Like, it just means like you just have to instead of getting Tina's boyfriend's little brother a free ticket, you give it to me instead. That's it. Like, you've already got the allocations for the free tickets. That's all you have to do. It's like, give me a wristband. Like, it doesn't cost you anything. A wristband's like $2. Like, a festival wristband is $2. You can give me like a fucking free wristband. That's all you have to do. So, the argument that I'm trying to fleece them for money is horseshit. especially considering the amount of money that I've spent. And all of this is detailed in the letter to Meredith. Like, so if you've read the letter to Meredith and you still asking me these questions, I strongly suggest you reread the letter to Meredith, because it's all in there. Yeah. I went to like 5 or 6 Merediths. Each Meredith cost me like $1,500, $2,000. You know, so me asking you for me asking Meredith's Music Festival for a $2 wristband in exchange for me covering my transport, like I have to fly it fucking down. Like that's a head fuck. I have to take time off work. You know, like how much is my time worth? It's a whole weekend. You know, so I don't think I'm reasonable at all. I'm not even asking for a rider. It's just like all you have to do is let me in for free, not charge me money. Like I don't think you should give me money. I'm not asking you to pay me anything. I'm just saying I shouldn't have to pay you. Like if I'm there to do something for you, you should let me in for free. If you've booked me as like your toilet cleaner, it's like, yeah, you're the contractor who we need you to come in and clean the toilets after they're done. I wouldn't have to pay for a ticket. Like it's like you're just gonna pay for entry to the festival so you can do the job. Like no, like you should let me in for fucking free. You want me to do a job for you? I'm not paying. You pay. That's it. Or just don't charge me. That's it. That's all you have to do. Yeah. So thank you for the question. Appreciate it. Again, okay. The question was: is there anything else you want to tell us about space magic? So that's very broad. There's a lot I want to tell you about space magic, but I would politely and humbly request that you ask me very specific questions about space magic, because how long's a piece of string? You know, yeah, there's heaps of different space magic things we could talk about, but I'm not gonna tell you the things that I can't tell you about. So yeah. The question was, how much is a $2 wristband? How much is a festival ticket to Meredith? Last I checked, it was like $400, $450 or something. Yes, that is quite expensive. That's right. Yeah, and I've been paying full price to go to their festival, and then they whip around and go like, "You're an asshole because you didn't turn up." I'm like, well, I'm kind of paying you a lot of money to turn up. Yeah. So it sounds like, you know, if anyone knows someone else a favor, I think it's probably the other way around. You know, it's like you owe us a favor. Like I've been paying you. Like I've been paying you thousands of dollars. Yeah. What do I? I'll just give you a second to finish the thought. What do I do when someone doesn't like me? Avoid them, usually. Yeah. It's just like, okay, fine. Like you get, like, I've got a thick skin after years and years of just people like not liking me for no reason. Like, I mean, who didn't go to high school? You get bullied. There's always a dickhead in high school. It's this fucking guy. And then I was in hospitality, you know, like you're dealing with lots of people. So like if you serve 1,000 people in a day, even if it's like 0.02%, that's still 2 or 3 people in that day that are not going to like you. And then, you know, if you're in hospitality, it's a very competitive industry that you've constantly got critics. So you just kind of have to deal with it, I guess. Like, and I'm sure Alda's hiding. Yeah, exactly. Like everyone, if you put yourself out there in any kind of like high profile, like so if you work in hospitality, which I did, if you're a writer, which I was, you got to prepare yourself for people not liking you. So the best thing that you can do is just avoid them. The real problem is when like someone doesn't like you, but they won't let you avoid them. They just follow you around. And this is one thing that's in jail. That's part of the prison system. It's like if someone doesn't like you in jail, they'll come to you and they'll never let you forget it. So that's part of why jail sucks so hard, because like I'll only use like force as the absolute last resort. Like I'll exhaust every other avenue. But if I'm backed into a corner, and the only way to stop this person from pissing me off, if I'm backed into a corner and I can't get away from them, if they're blocking my exit, I'll get angry. I'll lose my temper. Yeah. But aside from that, I just avoid someone. I rarely try and turn someone around. because that's a chumps game. Because a lot of the time, like if they like you, if they don't like you, it's more about a power thing. So if someone's coming to you with a specific criticism, so I don't like you because you've got long hair. So all right, fine, and then you go and get a haircut. Tomorrow it's just going to be something else. So I don't like you because you've got a beard. So the fuck, yesterday it was long hair. I cut my hair. So I shave my beard tomorrow. What's it going to be after that? I don't like you because you got glasses. It's like, well, I'm starting to think that it's not about these little things. I think you're maybe the problem, you know? And so I learned that a long time ago. So usually I just go, okay, cool. You're a dick. I'll go over here. And then if that doesn't work, and that's basically the story of what's been happening since I got jail. You know, I don't like you because you don't do pictures of a bird. I'm like, well, fuck you then. I'll go over here. And then they follow me. I'm like, well, which one is it? If you don't like me, why can't you fucking leave me alone? You want me to follow me. So you hate me, but you keep following me. Which one is it, mate? Yeah. Thank you. Finally, someone asked it. What is pictures of a bird? Fucking pictures of a fucking bird. Pictures of a bird. Fuck. Ooh, what a topic. All right, this will probably take up. So basically, when I was first coming up, like one thing, I don't know where it came from. I think, yeah, someone in an advertising agency, it was like word got around or some shit. I don't know. I don't even know. I'm kind of lost in it. But like, there was something I had to do. They're like, oh, you need us to like you, like a certain percentage of the population. You need us to like you, and that's why you need to walk around to all these individual retail shops and sometimes big department stores. So you need to walk around in the shop until you find a specific key item. And once you've found that specific key item, so that's your goal. It's like a treasure hunt, basically. And the reason I call it pictures of a bird is because more often than not, the specific item was like a picture of a bird. Like literally, it's like a postcard or something with a picture of a bird on it. And it's like, so I'm walking around like in Sydney, like I had money. When I had money, it wasn't too bad. Or like go to a fucking restaurant and like find the menu item. Or like go to a pub and pick the beer on the tap. And like when I was in Sydney and had money, it wasn't too bad because at the very least, like, okay, cool, I'm going to the pub anyway. I'm going to buy beer anyway. I could play a picture of a bird, you know. And so I was walking around and playing their fucking gay little restaurant, go to our souvenir shop game and find the fucking picture of a bird. But it was like I was only kind of like humoring them because I hated it. I fucking hate it. It's like, why should I? They're like, oh, you're a dude, you're a thing, and now as a result of that thing that you are, you have to go store to store and impress us. And I was like, how the fuck does that work? I thought it was the other way around. And so at the start, it did have like it was genuine at the start, and it did have like a little bit of a practical function, but then it kept going. And then I realized like over time that it wasn't actually about the fucking picture of a bird. It was more of a low-key means of enslaving me, because it's like, well, you have to do this. And I was like, I don't. I've never signed anything that says I have to go fucking door to door into your gay fucking antique shops or whatever the fuck, scented candle shops. No offense, provider. And find the fucking picture of a bird to impress you stupid fucking cunt. Like, and that's the thing. Like the smug little prick behind the counter, they'd be like, you couldn't even find it, you loser. It's like, who the fuck are you? What the fuck is this? I schlep out of my way to come into your store that I'd never go to on my own, with nothing to gain for myself. Like if you paid me to do it, maybe. And I'll walk in, like I'm doing you a fucking favor by coming in here, basically, and then you give me this fucking attitude, like fuck you, like the fuck is this? So that was in Sydney, and then when I get to Perth and I'm a homeless guy, and everyone's got, well, you found a picture of a bird, so congratulations, champ. I'll help you. And it's like, well, okay, great. I need money. I need $500 cash right now. I need fucking a place to sleep. That's what I need. And they're like, no, I'm not giving you any of that. I'm like, well, how are you going to help me then? What were you going to do to help me? Like, and so when I say pictures of a bird, it's these cunts were like, look, we've got a bookshop. We've put a picture of a bird in our bookshop. You owe it to us to come to our shop, find the picture of a bird, and then we tell you we'll help you, but we'll also say what the help is. We won't tell you what the help is. And when we say help, we actually mean give you directions, maybe like tell you what time it is, but they won't actually do anything to help you. It's like, well, I need fucking money, I need food, I need a beer. Like, I was like, oh, we don't do that. That's not anything. Oh, fucking hell. So what are you good for then? Yeah, and so it turns out that they're all kind of in cahoots. Yeah, another door slam there. They're all kind of in cahoots with each other, and that there's like this subculture of pricks who put fucking pictures of a bird in their shops and like the special menu items that you're supposed to pick out or some shit, and it's like, no, I'm not fucking doing that. Like, so that's a picture of a, when I say pictures of a bird, that's what I'm talking about. So it's these cunts in this club that's like, oh, Nick Tapscott is an asshole because he should go to jail. If he doesn't do pictures of a bird, he should go to jail. It's like, I'm doing pictures of a bird for fucking free. Like, I don't have time to walk around door to door doing fucking pictures of a bird. Like, I owe you something. And that's the thing. It's like, they think I owe them. I owe it to them to find the picture of a bird. They're entitled to the experience of me coming into their fucking shop and finding the picture of a bird, whereas more like, it's the other way around, which is like, if I do that for you, that's me doing you a fucking favor. And if you want me to do it, I'm jacking out the price, bitch, because I fucking hate doing it. It's such a waste of time. 10 grand, I'll do it. I'll find a picture of a bird in your shop for $10,000. So, oh, what? We shouldn't have to pay for it. I'm like, you should. Because, and then that's when we uncovered what their actual motivations were. It's like, their plan was to make me do pictures of a bird or walk around a supermarket to find fucking tampons because of sexism or some shit. To continually do that until I'm broke, homeless, and then I have no choice but to commit crimes, get thrown into jail, and then once I'm in jail, I stay in jail or get murdered in jail. And that was their plan. And so the pictures of a bird started out as like just some losers being fucking losers who have nothing better to do than hide a picture of a fucking bird in their shop and think they're special. But underneath, it's extremely dark, which is like actually like part of a broader plan to murder me. So fuck pictures of a bird. No pictures of a fucking bird. And yes, thank you for the follow-up question. Someone just asked, did I get punched in jail for saying no pictures of a bird? Yes. I'm in jail. And they still did it. They're like, oh, you want to borrow a book from the library? You have to find the picture of a bird in the library. I'm like, you fucking joking? I'm in fucking prison. That's not enough for you. Going to jail. Going to jail isn't enough for you. I have to find the fucking picture of a bird. And it was so gay. It was hope. It was like, you need to find the book with the word hope on it. And I'll let you borrow your books. And you owe me, like, you're welcome. You're welcome, champ. Like, you're a fucking cocksucker. Fuck you. And so I launched at him. And I got called to the, it's like, yeah, the prison guard, the screw on the way out of the library was like, he was all smug about it. He's like, plenty of books in there. Hey. I'm like, I'm going to have to go suck a dude's dick now because I'm going to sell that little bitch. I can't believe I fucking did that. I feel so dirty. He's like, what? I was like, no, fuck that. That was shit. Fuck you. Your library fucking sucks. And I stormed off. And then, yeah, I got called to the clinic and they're checking my blood pressure. I'm like, no fucking pictures of a bird. And I just kept going on and on and on about it. And that's where the Mr. Tapscott thing came from, is because they kept saying, like, oh, hey, no, mate. Like, mate, no, mate. Like, checking your blood pressure, mate. I'm like, I don't fucking care if you like me. No fucking pictures of a bird. I've said it a million times. I'm in jail. I'm not doing fucking pictures of a bird in fucking jail. Fuck you. And it's like, oh, mate. It's like, it's not mate. It's Mr. Tapscott. You call me fucking Mr. Tapscott. I'll tell you if we're mates. Anyway, and so, yeah, from there, after that, my cell got tried. They locked us out. They're like, all right, everyone out in the yard. And they locked us out in the yard, and I came back inside. They trashed my cell. They'd taken all the garbage from in the bin, like thrown it on the mattress and like turn it upside down. Everyone else's cell was fine. My cell was trashed. Like literal garbage, like garbage in a bin, like foodstuffs on the bed. Yeah. And I fucking like again, like I pulled who the fuck did that? And it was this screw, and I pulled him up. It's like, take your stripes off. He's like, what? Like, take your fucking stripes off, cunt. Like, you're gonna act like that. Like that's like a fucking, which one are you? Are you convict or are you a screw? Take your stripes off and we'll see. Like, and yeah. And then I was like, shut the fuck up, Tapscott. Like, fuck you. And I like yelled at everyone. And then I got tipped. They're like, this is the workers' jail. You have to go to work. I was like, I don't want to go to work. They're like, well, you're in D pod then. And they put me in D pod, which is the non-workers pod. So it's the rough pod. And then, yeah, when I was in there, yeah, like a bunch of dudes like rushed the cell. And I was eating, and one guy in particular was there. And this is a bit of space magic, actually. And one guy in particular was there, and like while I was eating, And like about 8 dudes came in. And this one guy is like in my face. He's like, "You got to go." I'm like, "Fucking says who?" He says, "It says me." And then the one guy I wasn't looking at, like punched me in the side of the head, like, "Boss." And like, this is the space magic was he punched me pretty hard, but I just went like, just the fuck are you doing? And then the guy went like, "Oh, that's for being smart," and then left. And I'm like, fuck. And then I got tipped. I got thrown into Segro, which is segregation. So it's like solitary confinement, which is better. Like, I actually liked it. And then tipped into another center. Yeah. And that's where there are no pictures of a bed. I was like, I'm not doing fucking pictures of a bed in fucking prison. Just going to jail. The fact I'm in jail, that's enough. That should be enough. And I complained as well. Because I wrote it, and they hate that. Like, it's like a swear for complaint. Basically, like, grievances. That's right. Yeah, I wrote a grievance. It's like grievances. It's like, your library is shit. You made me find a book with fucking hope written on it. It's fucking gay. Fuck you. And I just named, like, it's like Chris Minns, fuck you. Like, I'm not finding fucking the book Hope in your fucking jail, cunt. Fuck you, Albo, too. Because, like, yeah, you're part of this, so fuck off. And then, yeah, they didn't like that. So that's why that happened. Yeah. So that's no pictures of a bird. So when I came out of jail, I was like, you need to walk around and find, like, you owe us. Like, you owe it to us to, like, walk into our shops and find the item. I'm like, I fucking don't. And so that's how the whole thing, like, fuck you, A0. He's like, but it's our plan. I'm like, it's not. Like, I don't work for you. I don't fucking work for you. And that's sort of like the crux of it. It's like, you have to do it. I don't. Like, I'm not your employee. It's like, well, yeah, you have to. You are our employee. It's like, then pay me. If you don't pay me, how can I be your employee? How can I be your employee if you're not paying me? And they're like, well, but mateship or something, Anzacs. I'm like, no, fuck you. You're trying to enslave us. This is a slavery thing. You're trying to enslave an entire generation of people. So anyway, that's no pictures of a fucking bird. So if you ever walk into a shop and the shop assistant gives you attitude because you didn't find the postcode with the Galar on it, I don't want to tell you to commit any acts of violence, but I'm just saying, like, if they happen to, get something sharp and hard jammed up their ass, then that's on them. Ooh, pictures of a bird. No fucking pictures of a bird. I was thinking about calling this channel No Pictures of a Bird because I fucking hate pictures of a bird, and it made it into the Bible. So that's space magic too. So the two parts of space magic there are. Yeah, that was yeah. So the two elements of space magic there were number one, I took the punches and just went, what? And they're like, how come you didn't get KO'd? Like, it was like, I don't know. And then, like, nothing happened. Like, I didn't lose any teeth or anything like that. I got a little bit swollen in the face, and then the was like, the fuck is that? Like, we punched you. Oh, why? He's supposed to be, like, destroyed. I'm like, yeah. So that was space magic. And then the second one was the fact that I said no fucking pictures of a bird. And then there is, like, a passage in the Bible where Jesus says, like, no pictures of a bird. It's like, no pictures of this, or fucking birds. No pictures of a bird. I'm like, yeah, I fucking told you. And I read that in when I was in Clarence. I reading the Bible. It's like, no pictures of a bird. And, like, they had a pictures of a bird cunt as my celly to try and convert me back to pictures of a bird. And I'm just like, hey, read this. No pictures of a fucking bird. It's in the Bible. So fuck you. It's like, oh, God damn it, yeah, which apparently scared the shit out of them. Just that space magic scared the shit out of them. So yeah, so that's why I'm reluctant to talk about space magic, because every time I talk about space magic, people freak out, and there's that their initial reaction is like, kill him, fucking kill him. So if hypothetically someone else can do space magic out there, I don't want them to get killed. I don't want people trying to kill them. Because I like them hypothetically. All right, let's let that sit for a bit. Here we go. Let's see what the more, but don't want to add your own. Try one of these. Here we go. Oh, wait. This whole time I could have been. I don't know this. Yeah. Yeah, I'm just letting that settle. Everyone seems to be just sitting on that. Okay, so if that's the case, I am going to take another piss.
For the first time in your life, you're sexy at my funeral, my good wife. At the minister, those kisses to my grieving brother. You're sexy at my funeral, my good wife. And when it comes your turn to speak for the crowd, tell them about the time we did it on the beach with fireworks above us. On the railroad track with the gravel in your bag. In the back room of a crowded bar. And in the big graveyard where my body now rests. You're sexy at my funeral, my good wife. You're sexy at my funeral, my good wife.
Yeah,
Send back your coffee.
yeah, I saw that.
First time
Did you want it?
in your
Is it poisoned?
No.
Okay.
It's drinkable.
Drinkable. Thank you.
also tell me about how
Okay, so yeah, in my absence, they made me coffee. What's our crowd like? 278. Okay, growing. Audience is growing. Okay, yeah, so this is the capitulation for those following the ex-housemate drama saga storyline. This is the that's the end. But that's what it's like. Like, you're fucked. Yeah, I'll make you coffee. Like, yeah. Why? Question for the audience. Am I paranoid about getting poisoned? Yes, absolutely. Yeah, that's one of those tricks. I was poisoned. I've been poisoned here. Just my definition of poison is, not necessarily just being not like deadly poisoned, not poisonous mushroom poison, but drugged unnecessarily. So that's happened. Yeah. What poison was it? I was served a cup of coffee and it had a light tranquilizer in it, a downer or something. And that wasn't. I didn't like it. I like to be in control of my own substances, and someone sort of doing that on my behalf is a bit of a breach of. I don't like it. No one should like that. Like you shouldn't want chems fed to you like without your knowledge. You should be across that. That's your business. So yeah, I'm a little bit worried about poison. Yeah. Sure. Like it's not the first. Like I think statistically, if you look at the, am I paranoid about my family trying to kill me? Possibly. Yeah. I mean, Like I'll just say these two. I'll just quote these two facts in isolation, and I'll let you draw your own conclusion. Many people are trying to kill me. That's fact one. Most murders are committed by. Most people are killed if they're murdered. The murder is committed by someone very close to them, and it's usually a family member. So just in isolation, like, yes, that's right, someone known to them. But yeah, like a lot of them, a lot of the time they're related. So just if I say those two facts out loud in isolation, like, yeah, okay, cool, yeah, exactly. So that's the conclusion that you need to draw. So you need to be careful of everyone. That's right. Is that sad? Fun. Yes, it is very sad. But this is just to give you a taste of what my life is like. This is what my life has always been like. It's like, and then they whip around and go like, "Why don't you want to come to Christmas?" It's like, you made my life hard on purpose. Is that a likable trait? I don't know. I don't know. Like, yeah. Okay. Yes, the question was, is the coffee good? Yes, the coffee is good. Yeah. So, yeah, not too sweet. Okay, cool. All right, cool. You're in the clear. Yeah. All right. Any other questions? I'm being told we are wrapping up in 9 minutes. 3 hours. We're going to cap this one. How many people we got on the line now? 283. Okay, that's pretty good. Someone must have a question. Keeping in mind, I already explained about the hair. That's a Simpsons reference. Okay, cool. That's a good question. What's my favorite Simpsons episode? Possibly that one. I really like that one. Duff Gardens or Homer Quits Drinking. They were fucking great and hilarious. Did Simpsons predict you? Kind of. Yeah, kind of. Not me personally, but I actually know there was an element of space magic in there. We did a space magic thing. It's like the Cat Burglar episode where Sam Neill goes like, the treasure is buried under a big lowercase t. That's a reference to me. That was space magic. Yeah, I did that one to freak people out. Yeah, that's space magic. We wanted you here because I was having trouble with the screen sharing. But if you just Google Cat Burglar episode, I'll put it on X. I'll put it back up on X. And you can see that. But yeah, it should be on YouTube. The clip should be on YouTube. Can I knowingly do it? Kind of yes and no. Yes and no. It was like I was saying before. Like I wrote a little blog piece about it. It's like, can you make your heart beat? The answer is yes, you can. Can you like consciously do it? Like, no. You know, and that's sort of like the space magic for me. So, I can do stuff like that. Nick Tapscott, the physical human man, practically do it? Can I reach back in time, like with my physical hands and make it happen? No. But when it happens, that is me doing it. Yeah. No, because it is me. How can I claim it's me if it's not me? Because it is me. Yeah, but with the same entity. Yeah, I know it's a little bit confusing, but yeah, I'm just conscious of the fact that it's a valid question. Because we've only got 6 minutes left. It's a big one, and so I think that's kind of one that I'll probably tackle behind a paywall once I get my payment all set up. But no, it is definitely me. Like, and the example that I used when I covered that on my blog was like, can you regenerate your skin cells? Can you make your heart beat? Like, can you digest food? The answer is yes, you can do that. Can you do it personally? Like, no. Like, you know what I mean? So it's you, but it's not you. Your body's doing it. You're doing it. It's you. It's your brain. Your brain is making it happen. your brain is you. Are you consciously doing it? Like if you eat a cheeseburger before you go to sleep, you're asleep and your body's still digesting. Your body will still digest that food if you're in a coma or not, you know? And so it's like, it's you that's doing it. It's just not your consciousness doing it. And so it's sort of the same thing, but it's similar. But like it's me that's doing it. It's definitely me. But it's just like not this, not the flesh and blood. Like I'm not physically, literally doing it with my bare hands, you know? Yeah. So there's a few little metaphysical leaps that you sort of have to take to kind of get there. But no, it's definitely me that's doing it. It's me. Yeah. It's Nick Tapscott, Mr. Tapscott. Yeah. Clear as mud. Yeah. Yeah. Well, like, I mean, if I tried to explain a nuclear reaction to you, that'd be clear as mud as well. Like, not to say, I'm not trying to say that you're dumb or whatever, but, you know, if you're trying to explain how electricity works, have you ever looked it up? It's pretty spooky. Yeah. Electrons, like, they're in two places at once. Sometimes they're in two places at once. Sometimes they're nowhere, but they're there. You know what I mean? And so it's like, it's the same kind of deal. Yeah, I'm kind of being told to. Okay, that's not what I'm being told. All right. No, that's good. Thank you. Someone's making me giggle on live. Yeah. So yeah, like there's a few leaps there. It's like, you know it works. Like how does Wi-Fi work? Like how does a TV antenna work? You know, that's, who knows? Yeah, there's a lot going on that you can't see. You know, it's intangible, but it's happening. You know, it's happening. It's legit. Yeah, so it's the same thing. That's another big one, and I'll probably answer that behind the paywall. So the question was, did I create everything? The short answer is yes. The long answer is yeah. Yes with a but. I don't know. It's sort of like, did Stan Lee create Marvel? Yes. Did Stan Lee create Marvel? Sure. Or like whoever the fuck created Marvel, you know? So it's like, and then it's like, okay, so one thing, he sort of pushed the ball rolling, and then the ball started rolling and a bunch of shit happened. So it's kind of like that. So I pushed the ball. Like I lit that first. I pushed the button first, and then a bunch of shit happened, and then you know. So like, yeah. To use it. Well, let's have a look. I'll Google it right now. Okay, Martin Goodman. Marvel Comics was founded in 1939 by Martin Goodman. So he could kind of say like, okay, so Martin Goodman, who founded Marvel Comics, you know, he could kind of say he created Marvel, and therefore he created X-Men, he created the Avengers, he created Thor, he created Spider-Man. But you know, like they exist because of him. Did he personally did he come in and go like, no, Spider-Man's eye should be like this, you know, like no, but similar kind of deal. So it's like, yeah, like I did create everything. Did I like write every fucking nitty gritty detail on my own personally? No. Yeah. So, well, the universe is a big place. It's a big topic, isn't it? Like, it's like not just I'm not just trying to explain physics, but like everything. Like, yeah, it's just me. It's just some jerk on fucking YouTube live trying to explain literally everything. Yeah. Okay. We have 40 seconds to go. Outro. Mad man. I will say, as a parting thought, please listen to Cool Keith, the rapper. He's very eccentric. He's very eclectic. But we share a mutual perspective on things. Yeah, he's a bit of a tripper. So, a bit of a space cadet. But yeah, go have a listen to that guy. Final questions, 10 seconds to go. What's our final viewer count? 348. 348, motherfucker. I'm great. That's Tyler the Creator. That is Face Magic as well. Yeah, okay, cool. All right. Well, we've hit the 3 hour mark, so that's a bit of a marathon. My people are trying to flag me down into the pit right now, saying you need to pull up, sunshine. It's time for you. It's time for Mr. Tapscott to take a break, and then we'll catch up with everyone almost definitely tomorrow. Okay. Thanks for joining.
Someone